Should be working. Let's see. Any minute now. Come on. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. I am present and accounted for, ladies and gentlemen. The first drunk tarot in a very long time. In a very long time. I'm really, really excited. So everybody's got it. So if you guys are coming from the collective, I want to know, did you get on from the site or did you get on from the email that I sent? No, it's a hard cider. I think I might be allergic to beer because the last couple times I've had beer, I've gotten really stuffed up and I'm like, is it hops? Is it the hops? And I love beer. I particularly love Tecate. But so I switched to hard cider from the email. Okay. So you can do it from the site. So from now on, I'm going to give you guys a little site. The site is done. It is done. It is finished. The only thing I have left to do is make sure that the credit cards are working. It's really done. It's really done. It's really done. I'm curious if somebody wants to go to the site and just see, because there should be a little pop-up. If you're a member, it should be a little pop-up. Oh yeah, I would love to know if it works on mobile too. This is the maiden voyage of the live stream stuff. So I would love to know how this is working for you. If you go through the site, if you go on a desktop, you go on mobile, it is, there should be a little pop-up the minute you log in. Yeah, the reminder is there. Yes. And now if you go, the reminder should be gone and a little pop-up should be up that says, it popped up, but you couldn't click on it. Ah, shit. Thank you. You have to be on desktop. Okay. But you can't click the pop-up. Well, fucking hell. You're supposed to be able to click it. Okay, that's not good. We don't like that. I have to make a note of it. Oh, you're so welcome, Momo. It was my pleasure to do that email reading. I was on point today. If you got an email reading from me today, like, man, I was feeling my shit. You got the reminder? Okay. That's just, I don't want to really dick with it right now, but I have to go look at it. I'm too obsessive not to. So let's see. If I click on it, what do I get? And there's nothing. I don't even see a pop-up. There should be a pop-up. Okay, well, that's not working. So yeah, there should be a little pop-up, and maybe I have to clear my cache. There should be a little pop-up that says I'm live. You should be able to click the link, and it should take you straight to here. So if that is not working, that's not good. They're like, it's fixed, it's done. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right, so now we know. You was already logged in and you refreshed. Okay. All right. Shit. That's so annoying. You guys, I love my website. My website is beautiful. It's stunning. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. But it's still, we're still working on it. I had no idea it was going to be like this, to be honest. I just thought they would build it and then it would be fine. It wasn't sending you to the YouTube app. Okay. Jimmy, did you go from the link in the email or did you go from the pop-up on the website? Should it be under shows? No, it should be the minute you log on, no matter what page you're on, like the home page, it should just be a pop-up right there that says, I'm live right now. Click here to join. That's what it should be doing. Yeah, I really thought it was going to be so easy. I thought they're just going to build it and then it'll work. Joke's on Auntie, right? Oh my God. I got the joint to myself tonight. So we are like, we're ready to party, honey. Disneyland took time, but it was great. I know, it did. That's true. Dude, you guys. 2022 is going to be a big deal. You went to the link on Patreon. No pop-ups. Son of a bitch. Okay. Oh my God, Mary Lila. Yeah, it's been a long-ass time. Good. Jojo says as much as you paid, that's what should have happened. Yeah, I paid a lot. Hey, she's still working on it. You know, she's pretty cool. So yeah, we should be almost set up for credit cards. I'm just waiting to test that out. Right now it's not working, of course. When it comes to the website, I keep thinking of Jurassic Park when Jeff Goldblum says, you know, when Pirates of the Caribbean breaks down, the pirates don't eat the people. I feel like my pirates are eating people. I'm like, why isn't it? It needs to work. It needs to work. Although I will say, I have not lost as many people as I thought. I've lost some people. I've lost some people that came from Patreon to the collective and then dipped out, but not that many. No, 2022 feels so beautiful to me, you guys. Make sure, now look, if you are on this, that means you get the free ticket to the live event that I'm doing. So it's January 15th. There will be a recording. It's a Zoom event. I'm going to take requests, but it's a 2020 prediction reading. And I am like ready. And I will tell you this. 2022 is going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. You pay through PayPal and there's never been a problem. Yeah. Some people, I'm wondering if they just don't have money in their PayPal accounts, but it's all right because we're going to have the credit card option. Like I said, we're testing it right now. You guys, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe who has, I need to be a little bit careful. You're not going to believe who has underwritten my payment stuff for credit cards. It's fucking Deutsche Bank. I'm now a part of the problem. It's fucking, I am underwritten by Deutsche Bank of all fucking places. Not reading on them anymore. I tell you what, they're gonna yank that thing. They'll be like, you can't pay with credit cards anymore, bitch. We're like, we're keeping your money, ho. Yeah, fucking Deutsche Bank, if you can believe it. So I set up my payment gateway through authorize.net, and I'm thinking, you know, okay, we just go through authorize.net and people will be able to pay the credit cards. And then I start getting these phone calls and they're like, oh, we found you an underwriter. And I'm like, an underwriter? What the fuck do I need an underwriter for? They're like, well, we found a bank to back you. And I'm like, you found a bank to back me? Like, what do I need this for? People are paying me the credit cards. Like, what do I need a bank for? I was like so confused. I really don't know what I'm doing. Okay. I really don't know what I'm doing. I keep thinking things are going to be simpler than they actually are. Yeah, Authorize isn't great. From what I understand from the reputation, but I put cards on it. Cards were like, go for it. So I'm doing it because Stripe is worse. Stripe and I, as you know, got into a big fight. So yeah, the underwriter calls me and he's like, this is Andrew from Deutsche Bank. And I was like, what? This is Andrew from Deutsche Bank. Excuse me? He's like, yeah, we just need to ask you some questions about your site. He was like, are you offering readings on the site? I'm like, no, hell no. I don't, because you know, they don't like to do that. They don't like to back people to do that. I said, no. This is a paranormal website. We look at paranormal shit. I'm not offering private readings. Apparently I am now a serious businesswoman. When Deutsche Bank got involved, I was like, oh, fuck, this is the big time. And then he says, how much business do you think you're going to be doing? And I was like, well, you know, like how much a year? And he goes, yeah. He goes, I have you down. You're going to be making, you know, this amount on your website or whatever. And I don't know what possessed me. I don't know. It was a very low amount. It was like $2,000 a month. And I really don't know what possessed me. It was some kind of twist of fate maybe. But I said, I go, oh, put me down for, because he goes, yeah, we have to like, if you go too low, then you're going to have to like reapply and stuff. So I go, okay, put me down for $50,000 a month. I just made up the number. I was like, hell, who knows? Maybe I'll actually make $50,000 a month on my business. That would be fucking great. I'd be able to hire employees full time and shit. I go, yeah, put me down for $50,000 a month. And he goes, really? $50,000 a month? And I go, yeah, yep. Put me down for $50,000 a month. And I made it. I wish you guys could have been there. I wish you could have been a fly on the wall because honestly, I sounded so confident about it. I was like, yeah, put me down for $50,000. And in my mind, I'm going, what the fuck are you doing? So, I am now insured with Deutsche Bank for up to $50,000 a month. And I'll tell you what, I will shill for my corporate overlords. I love Deutsche Bank. They didn't do nothing wrong. Nothing happened. Everything is fine. All right, so you have choices tonight as we wait for people to get on. I'm going to give you your choices here. We can do, now that I'm home alone, I'm a little freaked out about it. I'm like, I don't know, should we do the scary thing? So I was going to say we could do one of two things on the scary end for Drunk Tarot. Oh my God, Little Sparrow Tarot. I think you're going to stay negative. Your choice is this. We can look at number one, paranormal people. So people like Dolores Cannon, Edgar Cayce, Blavatsky. I'll look at Aleister Crowley, but I'm not sure how far I want to go into that shit. That was my scary part. I'm like, I guess I'll look at, Aleister Crowley if they want me to, but he scares the shit out of me. The guy's a fucked up dude. So we got that. I can look at, this is really macabre, so I'm going to let you guys decide. I can look at that. I can look at famous serial killers, which would be very uplifting and super holiday-esque. Or we can do musicians. Probably starting with Madonna, because kind of where I want to go there for a little bit. So let me know. Let me know what you guys want to look at. And yeah, I don't think you're going to get it, Little Sparrow. I don't. Uh-oh. We may have a split vote here. I like, the supernatural people. Yeah. I'm going to get drunk real fast. I mean, I had lunch this time. But I'm still going to get drunk super fast. I can just feel it. So I'm going to have to cut myself off. I'm so happy to be here. Are you guys so fucking happy to be here? Okay. We got musicians. We got serial killers. You guys want to look at everything. You're like, fuck you, bitch. We're looking at everything. I don't know. Dude, I'm going to be home alone all night. I got the joint to myself all night. Do I really want to read on serial killers? All right, I'm not going to do serial killers because now I'm freaking myself out. I'm like, I'm going to get off this stream, get into bed, and start to hear noises out here. Like, can't do it. I think, no, I'm going to veto that. I vetoed it. I just vetoed it. I gotta wait till I have someone else in the house. You gotta wait till husband bot's home. You gotta wait. And then get the cocaine Barbies out. Yeah, I can't. I was like, no. Dude, you know what freaks me out? This is really weird. So, I have a pillow given to me by my life partner. My life partner, Jessica, Miss Jessica Schultz. I'm going to show you one photo in case you're not on Instagram. Just kind of waiting for people to get on here. Give them a little bit more time and then I'll get into it. Hold on. That is Jessica. You've seen her before. She's been in the chat. There she is. That's me and Jess. That's from like, oh shit, maybe 14 years ago. Anyway, Jessica, we buy each other weird shit. She bought me a pillow. Isn't she stunning? She's fucking stunning. She is so beautiful. She bought me a pillow. It's Keanu Reeves from the John Wick stuff, so it's Keanu Reeves with the dog. And the pillow lives in my office, and it's up. Yes, my lobster is. It's up in my office in the closet. Like that pillow doesn't move. The pillow does not fucking move. No, that was my cousin, who was on the Hollywood show with me. Yesterday morning, I went into the office, and the pillow. This is so creepy. It wasn't husband bought. The pillow is in the middle of the floor. So I haven't had any other issues here. as far as that shit goes. But the pillow in the middle of the floor, like, I was like, I mean, sure, I guess it could have slipped off the shelf. And I've been doing readings in there all day. And I've been doing paranormal readings in there for 2022. And the goddamn thing was on the floor. Yeah, the cousin who used to live in NYC and now lives in Minnesota and did theater. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm just vetoed it. I've just decided, I made an executive decision. I can't do the serial killers. I can't. I'm just too freaked out. Maybe if somebody was going to be home with me. If I was going to have somebody here, I'd have to call my mom. I'd have to have Mama Langston. I'd be like, Mom, you got to come to the house. Like, what did you do now? Okay. Yeah, it was in the middle of the floor. It's too creepy. So, all right, I will do musicians and I will do some supernatural people. I will tell you this. So, before we get into it, is there anything I have to tell you before because I'm going to get lit, y'all. I'm about to get lit. I just can't hold my liquor. I ate, but there's some days, I wonder if it's because I had nitrous this morning. I was high as shit on that nitrous this morning. Oh my God. I've never done Black Dahlia. I might have dipped into Black Dahlia, but I've never done Black Dahlia, and I'm obsessed with that case. Yeah, I don't know what happened this morning. Usually I don't get this stoned off nitrous, but I was fucking high as shit. And then I was like, oh, I had a revelation. I had a nitrous revelation, and I was like, I have to tell everyone on the live stream tonight. And it was something really stupid. It was something so stupid. What was it? It was so important at the time. I was at the dentist. But I pay them extra to crank that shit up because I'm like, if I'm going to be here and I'm paying you money for this, you're going to get me high. That's all this, it's happening. I do want to do the Manson murders. And that one I'm not too scared of. He almost died on nitrous? Was it for fun? Was it recreational nitrous? Oh no, I was high as shit. What was it? God damn it. It was something so important at the time. Last time you were on nitrous, you were traveling to the other side. I believe that shit. I've actually had some very important experiences under nitrous while they were doing whatever they were doing to my face. Like, I've been like, oh my God, this is like, I've had revelations. I've gone home and been like, I need to write this down. It's extremely important. And it was. Sometimes it isn't. What the hell was I going to tell you guys? It was something about something. Yeah. All right. So let's do that. We will do people. We will do quote unquote spiritual people. And we will do, oh my God, it malfunctioned and stopped mixing with the oxygen. Jesus. That's scary. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do musicians. I like it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's do it. I think this is the best we're going to get. 35. Let's do it. 35's a small group today. Dentists are the new shaman. You know what? It might be true. I tell you what. It's very painful for me. Although I will say, usually for a cleaning, they have to put topical on me because I'm not sensitive because of the TMJ. But since I had the Botox, ooh, they didn't have to do the topical. It was very exciting shit. Yeah, something about something. I was so like, oh my God, it's so important. I don't know what it was. So let me start out with this. 2022, just FYI, don't miss that live that I'm doing. It's going to be a Zoom live so you can ask questions. A lot of people like to email me and say, I'm not going to make it, but can you ask this question? Can you answer this question? And it's usually I forget. So Anima's here. So it's not a good idea. Like, just make it if you can make it. It's just, yeah, if you're not going to make it. Yeah, I saw it, Kirsten. I answered you. I think you can see people. Yeah, but I think I have an option to make sure that everybody can't see everybody if you want to be like, not seen. I do believe there is. Yes, the Zoom is included in Club 3333. If you are on this stream, you get the Zoom for free. You're going to get the link for free. 2022 feels great to me. I have to say this. It feels really, really good. I think just a little preview, because I've been getting hits. We're going to have a little bit in the beginning, of course, we're going to get an issue here with fucking Rona. But it fades. It's going to start to fade. Marielle is here. Everybody's here. I love you guys. This is fucking great. I'm so happy to be here. I can't tell you how happy I am right now. I missed you guys. I missed you guys so much. I was nervous. I was a little bit nervous. Even though I've been doing live streams, I haven't done a drunk tarot in so long. I was like, am I going to be okay? Yeah, 2022, the majority of it, you guys, it's going to be really nice. It's going to be beautiful. I'm telling you this. It's going to be really beautiful. A lot of heavy shit will be lifting. A lot of things will be moving forward. A lot of you guys that have been, we've been doing readings together, email readings, what have you, you're going, waiting for something, whether it's a new job or a new love or whatever it may be. Things like that are coming in 2022 and beyond. It's going to be stunning. It's going to be stunning. Okay. Musicians. I'm going to start off with musicians. Take that shot, mama. Take that shot. Yes, get your preferred vice item, your drinks, your weed. I don't care what you do. You could slam heroin for all I care. Do what you got to do to get off, honey. Get your cookies if you're sober. Get your cookies. Get what you got to get. I have a lot of sober friends in my life. That's what happens when you hang around artists and musicians. Eventually, half of them get sober. So I always try to include the sober people, even though this is drunk tarot. Get what you got to get. We're starting. Let's go. By the way, I think, oh shit. Sorry. So sorry. I think I am actually going to be live with Casey Watson tomorrow on both my channel and his channel, but I need to text him before I forget and make sure that we are doing that. So sorry. All right. There we go. Fucking Casey. I just love him. All right, let's start musicians. I'm going to start with Madonna. Questions, comments, what have you, give it to me, and then I will start taking suggestions. Yes, we can go back in the day as far back as you want to go. Beethoven, I don't care. But let's start there, and then we will morph our way into the Edgar Caseys of the world. Let's do it. Okay, let's see what I've got. Okay, I need to start out by saying, yeah, what did she do to her face? I know. My sister emailed me, or she messaged me the other day. She was like, what happened to our girl? I'm like, I don't know. No one understands Casey. That's the beauty of Casey Watson. Nobody fucking understands him, and he just glides through life. Madonna, okay. I have to preface this by saying that Madonna was my absolute hero growing up. Absolutely. She really informed who I became. And I was very much impressed upon by her, as you can see. Hello, it's me. But, her flouting of society's rules, she did what she wanted when she wanted. She was able to be smart and sexy at the same time. She did not give a shit. And she made her own way in the world. And I was very impressed by it. But I have also heard that she is kind of an asshole. IRL. I read the Brothers book. Have you read the Brothers book? The Brothers book is crazy. I mean, I want to say it's Christopher, the brother, I think. He just turned on her ass. It was like, she's cheap, she's a bitch, she's this, she's that. You got to read the book. No, Warrior Witch, we've been kind of waiting for people to get on. So we're starting to work. We're doing musicians and esoteric spiritual people. So we're starting out with Madonna. And yeah, okay. So is she crazy? Let's just check her out here. Ooh, she's not an easy read. She's not an easy read at all. And first tap from the kitchen. Yeah, she's not an easy read at all. She's actually a very difficult read. She's blocking me a little bit. She's pretty well protected psychically. You know, a lot of these people are not, but she is. She's like, fuck you. She's giving me the big fuck you. I'm gonna have to go around her. She's giving me a very big psychic fuck off. This is interesting. Oh yeah, the more I try, the more she's like, back the fuck off. Okay. All right, so let's try this a different way. Let me see if I can go around her. Did you hear that one? Tell me you heard that one. Oh yeah, she's not giving me shit. Holy Christ, she's not giving me shit. She is like, you back up, back up, back up. Fuck you, you're not reading on me. Okay, so let me back up out of her space. I haven't backed up physically. I'm like, all right, let me back up. All right, so let's see here. No, the more I try to read, the worse it gets. I know. Who would have thought she would be? I really thought she would not give a shit. Okay, so now she's giving me a little bit. She's talking, but I don't know how. I don't know how much we can trust what I'm getting, so I'm gonna give it to you. She's giving me this. Kirsten, I just want to be an artist. I just want to be an artist. I just want to be an artist. Okay, so yeah, I gotta say this is very weird. She reminds me of Trump. It's that same awareness that I'm trying to tap into her. And it is, at first it was block, 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 and now it's like, let me feed you what I want you to know. Let me feed you what I want you to know. That's what she's giving, because she's starting to talk. She's starting to talk, but it's very like, this is a very weird reading, because first of all, she gives me all the blocks, and it's no. And then it's almost like she became even more aware. Like the first instinct was a block, and it was just like, fuck you, I don't know what you are, I don't know who you are, which is good, actually. I mean, I wish more people did that. But there came an awareness. It's really weird, you guys. There comes an awareness after the block, and it was like, oh yeah, let me tell her things. Let me talk to her. And it's not like I'm reading her where information is coming to me. She's feeding me information, which is usually what happens with Trump. So you can't really trust the information. She changes her damn accent on a dime. Oh, that's hilarious. Okay, so I'm going to give you this. She's telling me, I just want to be an artist. I just want to create art. I just want to be around artists. And I think that is true. I actually think that is partially true. But also, now I've got her. I got around her. She needs to be fed. Her ego needs to be fed. I'll tell you what. It's really interesting. She's not... It's almost like there's no there. It's like she's so used to projecting an image that she kind of isn't sure who is the private and who is the public self anymore, because she's so used to being on. And let me tell you this woman feels like she has to be on around everyone, no matter what, no matter who it is. This woman has very few friends. She has a lot of people that she knows. She has a lot of acquaintances. She has very few real friends. And that is either because they don't want to be around her or she don't want to be around them. Very few. And I'll tell you this too, because she had a very, very serious falling out with Sandra Bernhard. They used to be super close right back in the 90s. And then there's a falling out. And Sandra came out and said, she just moved on. She just moved away from me. She just moved away from me. just kind of ditched me. And that is true. This woman has, because of the dead mother, she has an abandonment issue. And the dad, I'm going to tell you this too, very harsh father. More harsh than she lets on. I would not be surprised if this guy hit his kids. You know, I don't think aging is hard for her. She's like me. She wants to look as young as she feels. I completely admit to it. I mean, this is like, you know, they always say this. I hear this, you know, with people in my life that are aging. They're like, inside I feel like I'm 16. And then I look in the mirror, or I have these creaks and these aches and these problems, and I realize, oh no, you know, you're fucking 72. Oh, the thing with Rosie and the daughter. Have you heard this? You guys got to look this up. Beatty said there's nothing private about her, just public. Yeah. This is Madonna's thing. She doesn't actually have a problem aging, but it pisses her off because she wants things to work the way she wants them to work. She feels like I put in all this work, I do all this shit, and my body should work perfectly, and it doesn't. She's kind of pissed off at that. Yeah, she's giving me all surface shit. She's not gonna let me dig too hard. She's trying to talk to me, and now I've gone around her. Somehow I've gotten around her. That was really weird. That was one of the weirdest things in a reading I've ever had happen. It was like instant block, and then let me feed you some information, and now somehow I've circumvented it and I've gone around it. But she does this. She just she gets really on people. She gets very into people. She gets sort of obsessed with people. She can put a spotlight on someone if you're her friend, you're her lover, whatever it may be. And then it's, you know, oh, my toy got boring. In a way. She moves on. She gets distracted by other things too. I want to say she has a problem aging. It's just that she's like, I should be looking a certain way, and I'm going to look that way. And I should be feeling a certain way. And here's the thing. She can make herself look a certain way, and she's doing a bang-up job of it, quite frankly, I think. I mean, it's weird. She got the lips filled, and I'm kind of like, that's not your mouth. I remember your mouth. I was obsessed with your mouth. You know, she had the gap with the teeth and the whole deal, and I was like, you had such the iconic mouth, and now your mouth is gone. It's weird. Her thing with Cher, it just feels like jealousy. It's weird. She's jealous of a lot of people. She wants, it's weird. She feels very threatened. She works on it. I gotta say this. She works on it, but she's not, God bless her, she's not as evolved as she thinks she is. Does she not feel accepted by women in general? She doesn't think about that. She doesn't think about that. She doesn't care about that. She doesn't give a shit. She's very much, I'll tell you what, deep in there, it's all about daddy. Hate to say it, but there's a lot of daddy issues here. She wants to impress men. It's men. It's men. It's the attention of men. It's the attention of men. The attention of people in general, yes, but when it comes to her personal life, it's men, 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 men. She does not feel complete without a man. She's not lonely. She's actually really happy with this kid she's with. He's a fucking kid. Christ, even I wouldn't date him. She's a child. Yeah, the cheeks. I think the cheeks are overfilled. It's weird. And I think she might have butt implants. I don't know. She's done a lot. I don't think she looks bad. I really don't. I know some people are like, I don't know what she did to herself. But it's weird. The lip. I think her lips look great, but I'm also like, those are not your lips. She's a mother. How does motherhood affect her? It's control freak shit. Motherhood is control freak shit. The butt pick under the bed. I know, and she got into a fight with 50 Cent over it. She's actually, oh God, damn it. Shit, I just got the sex. I didn't need that. I didn't need that visual. I just got a visual of that woman's entire vagina. Wow. Okay. All right. So, here we go. Okay. Oh boy. she prides herself. I'm reading my idol here. I'm reading my childhood idol. It's really weird. She prides herself on being super sexually active and, for lack of a better phrase, able to keep up. She's like, I could do it. I could do it. Watch this. I mean, she gave me the whole watch this, and I was like, I don't need to watch that. Didn't need to see that. But she's like, I can keep up with that guy. She's like, he can't keep up with me. She is very, it's not a front. It's not a game that she's sexually active. She's like really very sexually active. And that's a whole part of it. She keeps giving me this vibe of like, I feel young. I feel the same. I feel the same as I did 20, 30, 40 years ago. Like, fuck this shit. It's really like, I should look the way I feel. I should feel the way I feel. My body should cooperate with me. And that's the way it's going to be. She's literally bending her own personal bodily reality to form with what she feels and thinks in her mind. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm pretty impressed by it. I'm pretty fucking impressed by it. That's what she gives me the most. She does give me this, like, I'm an artist, I want to create art. Like, she's definitely giving me that. She does like to be around artists. She knows she's not the best. But she also kind of thinks she's the best. It's so weird. It's the weirdest thing because she's like, there are other people that are better than me. But no. And then the people that are really, really good, people that can like really sing, she kind of doesn't want to fuck with. People like Beyonce, people like Adele. She's kind of like, go over there. Mariah Carey, over there. She knows. Is she okay with, she think, no. No. Is she okay with Gaga? No. There was also a period of time where she was just not, she was not as in control of herself publicly as she wanted to be or she thought she was. And this was the period of time where she was fighting with Gaga and she was fighting with Rocco, and it was just kind of like, she was kind of on one. She was kind of on one. And it was just kind of a blip. Does she view her body face as part of her art? Oh, it's a good question. I think she does, but the majority of what I get from that is that it's like, it will conform. It will conform to the way it should be. How did you find us, Lorraine? Did you go to the website and do the pop-up? Did you go to Patreon, or did you do it from the email? Let me know, because this is a maiden voyage of how people are getting on the streams. Did I turn the oven on? She asked with trepidation. No. Okay, I probably should. Let's do that. Yeah, with the body thing, I get more of a this will conform to the way it should. End of story. I look this way, or I should feel this way, so I'm gonna look this way. I want to look a certain way. There's no reason for me not to. I'm gonna fucking do it, and that's it. God, this wind out here, you guys. We are headed for a very big storm out here. We got snow on the mountaintops over here in the Bay Area. It's pretty exciting. We love rain because we never get it, so I'm like over the moon. No, the notification will only come through email. So, let me, because we got more people on, so let me just let you know. Also, before I get too drunk, because I can't hold my liquor. Haven't even had half of this yet. The way the live streams are working now, if you're part of the collective, which if you are, bless you. Hello, Casey Watson. Yeah. We're good. I love him. God, I love him. He's just one of the best people I know. Yeah, you're not supposed to understand Casey. No one. Yeah, the bells. Those are my wind chimes. No one understands Casey. I don't understand Casey. I don't understand the Tartaria shit. I don't know. But I go with it because he's my boy and I just love him to pieces. So anyway, here's the deal. The way the live streams work now, if you are part of the collective, is you will get a notification as a pop-up and it will say, we are going to be live at such and such a time. That's your reminder. And then at that time, So let's say today, I said I was going to be live at 6 p.m. Of course, I'm always a little bit late, as you know. But I said I was going to be live at 6 p.m. for Drunk Tarot. If you go to the collective on the homepage, you should have a pop-up that says, I am live, click here to join. Click in the kitchen. I think that might have been the oven, but I'm not sure. The oven is now on, so there might be some more noises. But apparently that pop-up is not working. So I have to figure out what's going on there. This is the maiden voyage of that, but that's how it's going to work. It's going to be super easy. You literally just go to the homepage, make sure you're logged in, and it should be right there. The pop-up should be right there, and you're just going to be able to click it, and it will take you straight to the stream. But from what I hear from you guys, it's not working. Edward J. Campbell, let's get boozy. Hell yeah. So FYI. But you will also be getting an email notification as well. So that's how it's going to be working. If you're not getting my emails, make sure that you check your spam folders or your promotion folders, because I'm using MailChimp and sometimes it just, Google throws it in there. Yeah, I think the pop-up is not working, so I have to get back with the developer. God bless her. God love her. She's just wonderful. But holy shit, I just didn't think this was going to take this long. Okay, who else are we looking at? Still on musicians. Give me some names. Give me some people. Give me some people. I'm ready. Throw it out there, honey. Tori Amos. MJ, Michael, Beethoven, Tori again. Sean Paul. Mariah, Michael, Babyface. Babyface has hella weird energy. Kurt Cobain. Manu Chao, I don't know who that is. No, Mariah. Yes, Mariah. Tori would be great. George Michael. Shirley Manson. Mama Cass. Michael Stipe. Oh, I kind of love that. You know, he is a very interesting person. You know what he gives me? He gives me Bowie energy. He gives me so much Bowie energy. We've never looked at Christina. That's true. We got a lot. Oh, Drake. Drake. Oh, okay. All right. No, I'm jumping on the Drake train, and I'll tell you why. Because there's I like Bob Marley too. Beautiful energy. Drake, there's all that controversy about Drake with, Millie Bobby Brown, and he's grooming her, and da-da-da-da-da, and like Drake's no good. I'm going to take a peek at Drake. Oh, Erykah Badu, yes. She's really interesting too. Very interesting. Oh, Sade. She goes deep. I'll tell you what, Sade goes deep. Deep, 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 deep. Okay. Drake. I'm going to look at Drake here. Oh, I love me some Janelle Monáe too. All right, hold on. Okay, so this is really interesting. So Drake has a lot of staticky energy around him. It's like this. This man is not, he doesn't have stable energy. He has very bizarre energy. I think it pulls people into his orbit. Oh, this guy thinks he's hot shit. Ooh, I don't like him. Ooh, I hate to say this to a fellow Scorpio whose music I actually really like. I don't like him. This guy's a dick. Sorry, but he's coming across as a total dick right now. What is up with this? Trying to get past it. Hold on. No, he's giving me, shoulders. He's giving me like, fuck you. I'm hot shit. Do they all have this because they're so fucking famous? Because it's kind of the same Madonna shit where it's just like, fuck you, I'm hot shit. Y'all, if I ever get famous, like to that level, you better come back and check my ass. You better check me if I turn into a dick. Yeah, a lot of rumors about Drake, I know. Yeah, he's giving me a lot of egomaniac. I mean, he is. It's just like, I'm hot shit. Fuck you. Nobody can touch me. He feels like, I'm telling you this. This man feels like nobody can touch him. He's like, I'm the biggest of the big. Yeah, no, Drake does have a big dick. That actually came through. Like, he actually has a big dick. Oh, I know. Madonna tried to make out with him, and like, did you see the video? Have you seen the video? Like, she was like performing, and she kissed him, and he like spit. Like, he like wiped his mouth and like spit. Like, he was like, ugh. Bieber is interesting, and I've read on Bieber before. He doesn't have the same shit as Drake, but I know Degrassi. Drake. Come on, give me something. There's not a lot here. There's not a lot here. I'm not getting a lot of substance. I'm not getting... Okay, that was not my oven. Somebody's hanging it. What is it with the kitchen, man? Yeah, Drake is also... I'm going to say this. I think he is mildly bisexual. Mildly bisexual. I think he's kind of like, hey, whoever wants to suck my dick can suck my dick. Male, female, in between. I don't give a shit. I have not heard of Tokyo Hotel. There's definitely a vibe there. There's definitely a vibe there. Only mildly. Yeah, I'm getting mild. I'm getting very mild. I'm not getting a lot of, I think Kanye could also go queer, quite frankly, speaking of which. Just spilling sex tea on everybody tonight. See what happens when she gets drunk. They say that on TikTok? I mean, that's fucked up. They shouldn't make fun of him. I tell you what, in my personal opinion, I mean, I'm a Scorpio, so, you know, I get turned on at the drop of a hat. But I personally find queer and bisexual men and women, quite frankly, to be some of the sexiest people walking the fucking planet. Like, come the fuck on. Seriously, like, come on. Yanni. I love that you just threw out Yanni. No, that's real. That's real. That's real. I mean, I swear to God. Yeah, no, he's definitely got a vibe. Kanye's got a vibe. They've got a vibe. And part of it, too, is... Thank you, Jimmy. It's real. It's real. That is real shit. Yeah, no, there's definitely a vibe here. Bi women and men are so perfect. Yeah, it's real. Seriously. Ooh, Billie Holiday. Oh, the lady. And Coltrane, I love. Coltrane would be good. Or Miles Davis. Miles Davis, I think I could get, actually. Very well. Oh, yeah. I think Davis wants to talk. Oh, Louis Armstrong, also good. Ooh, you're giving me chills. You give me good stuff. Yeah, Drake, let me tell you something. Thank you, Evan. Drake has some massive growing up to do, and I don't know that he's going to do it. He's really stuck in the cycle of fame and I'm hot shit and all that kind of stuff now. If he can get out of that, I'd be very interested to see where he goes. It is entirely possible the man hits his late 40s, early 50s and goes into like a whole George Harrison situation. Like, super fucking spiritual. Mos Def has some of the best energy. Some of the best energy. I've always loved his energy. Yeah, I'd be interested to see where it goes with Drake. Let me tell you this. He could get stuck. And he's a Scorpio like me, so we're both having these eclipses, right, on the Scorpio-Taurus axis right now. I could also get Strummer. Strummer is easy to reach. He's going to be going through some shit. And I'm going to tell you this. The man is either going to evolve and really kind of shock all of us, or we're going to be like, oh, no, he just stayed the same. Is he grooming young people? Not really. I have to say this. I mean, not really. No. But all of that Millie Bobby Brown stuff for me right now, what I'm feeling, and again, I'm drunk, it goes back to his sense of entitlement his sense of, I can do whatever I want and she's fucking cool. I don't believe he was grooming her. I really don't. He's a friendly guy. He can actually be very friendly. I think if you are also famous, if you have something to offer, if you have something to give, he will be very friendly and he will make friends with you. And that's not to say that it's not a sincere friendship, but if you're just a rando and you're walking around, you like meet Drake, he's probably going to be a dick. Hate to say it. He also has to feel safe. I get the sense too where he has to feel very safe. Oh no, the D is big. The D is big. Honey, it's big. Ooh, ooh. I wonder if I can get Billie Holiday. I'm very onto that right now. Laura Branigan, is she the one that sings Gloria? You guys have the baseball bat big? No, but he's long and he's strong and he's down to get the friction on. I've missed Drunk Tarot too. I've missed it too. I haven't even finished my first beer and I'm like, it's not a beer, it's a hard cider, but I'm done. The bitch can't hold her liquor. I got very freaked out with the champagne shortage. I don't know if you know this, but there has been a champagne shortage. It's like hard to find. So I freaked out and I started buying it. Every time I came across it, I would just buy it. And I swear to God, I think now I have too much. Yeah, she died of brain aneurysm. Yeah. Off topic. Did we ever talk about if Jesus had big teeth? Yes, we did. And yes, he did. Or shall I say they? Because Jesus really wanted to be non-binary. I have a lot of content coming up in 2022. Oh! That's what I wanted to tell you guys. My big revelation under nitrous. Okay, this is me under nitrous, all right? They're cleaning my teeth. I'm high as shit. And I'm actually singing Let's Go Fly a Kite in my head. I'm having a great time. And I'm like, that's right. I paid for this. I paid for this nitrous. If they're going to ruin me by cleaning my teeth, it's very painful for me to get my teeth cleaned, by the way, just FYI. So I'm like, not just going in there to get high, although, that's the side benefit. But this was my big revelation, okay? So I'm singing Let's Go Fly a Kite in my head, and all of a sudden it hits me. And you're going to love this. If you're not biblical, you're going to be like, what the fuck is she talking about? But I realized under nitrous that Salome never killed John the Baptist. This was my big psych. I was like, she did not kill him. She did not kill that man. That was a made up story. She did not kill John the Baptist. And I remember like in the chair going, I have to tell everyone this. Like I have to say this on the show. I have to exonerate her. She did not kill him. That was a made up story made up by the patriarchal Bible bullshit. She did not kill that man. I am telling you this right now. I stand by it as a sober person and as a semi-drunk person. Like I stand by that shit. So Salome was a very she was somebody's wife, right? Or mistress? She did the very sexy dance. Anyway, she asked for the head of John the Baptist. She said, bring me the head of John the Baptist. And she's blamed in the Bible for killing John the Baptist, who was the guy that baptized Jesus. And I think it was his cousin. And what kind of nitrous did they give you? Yeah. Okay, Princess of Herod. That's what I thought. The Dance of the Seven Veils. Exactly. Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah. So, I realized this. I'm like, she didn't do it. I swear to God, I was like, she was fucking framed. That's not even how he died. He wasn't even beheaded. Like, that was not the oven. I legit was so pissed off for this poor woman. Maybe we should do a full Bible night. I'm Catholic as shit. I know that thing backwards and forwards. I would be kind of down for a Bible night, actually. All right, so let's see. Who are we looking at now? You guys gave me a good amount of people. I'm very curious to see Drake's evolution. He could either do it or not do it. He might just stay the same and be kind of a dick, or he might reach for the stars. Oh. No, Billie Holiday, I'll tell you what, Billie Holiday is at rest. Billie Holiday is at rest because I'm trying to reach her, and I can read on her life, but this personality, this person, this soul is at rest. Maybe I should do a whole crucifixion psychic reading. That's not a bad idea, actually. We used to have to do Stations of the Cross as kids. We'd have to go and sit in the church for 3 hours, the 3 hours that Jesus was crucified on the Friday. It was a Friday, right? Or was it Holy Thursday? No, it was Good Friday, I think. Anyway, it was always very gory to me. Very, they would describe it in great detail. And you're a kid, you're a little kid. And my mom, we were very, very Catholic. No meat on Fridays, like the whole deal. I was just talking about this with a friend. Yeah, she's at rest. Billie is at rest. She's like, no. I'll tell you what, she's going to come back. Billie Holiday comes back as a singer, as a female singer. I get very clearly, she's like, I'm getting a do-over. I'm doing it again. Because okay, I'm getting some stuff here. She's basically saying, like, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. And I'm not going to do it this time. I'm getting another shot. Yeah, she's coming back. She's coming back. This woman is coming back as a Black female singer. Is she here now? No. When is she coming back? I have no idea. But she is coming back as a Black female singer. Yeah. Yeah, she's like, yeah, I fucked it up. I get that very clearly. There's a sense of regret here. Like, I could have done better. I could have been bigger. As big as she was, I could have been bigger. I could have done better. I'm going to do better. I'm going to change this time. I'm going to change myself. I'm going to change people. I'm going to change the world. She already did, but it's sort of attached to this regretful legacy, this kind of difficult legacy. And she's like, no, not anymore. Not anymore. She's coming back. Linda Grindle read on Amy Winehouse. I never did. I tell you what, Amy is it's such a tragic. It's a tragic figure. It's a tragic story. I do want to look at Marley because I love his energy and I've never really looked at him before. Do I ever pick up on past lives, like for myself, for clients? The answer is yes. I don't specifically do past life readings. If it comes organically, I'll do it. They did push heroin in Harlem. That is legit. I just started James Baldwin. God, one of my favorite writers. Jesus Christ. I almost cried last night starting this book because his writing is that beautiful. It's that beautiful. I just love it. It's called Another Country. And I have a feeling it's going to be really depressing because it started out a little bit depressing. But I don't give a shit. I'll read whatever he writes because it's that beautiful. I don't care if it depresses me. Yeah, she's gonna come back because she's giving me like, I could have done better. She's like, no, you know what this is? She's saying to me, I could have done better. I could have, like, as far as the career, as far as the talent goes, she's like, I got it. Like, I could have done better. I'm gonna do it. She feels like she didn't give the full attention to the talent, that she was distracted by other things. She's like, I'm not going to do that this time. She's also telling me that she is going to come back as a different astrological sign because she really feels like that had something to do with it. That when she was born, the time she was born, all of that. But she's at rest. She's like, I am at rest. And she's sort of like, this is weird, but she gives me like, don't pay attention to that life. Like, pay attention to the work. Pay attention to the music, but don't pay attention to that life. She's not proud of that life. It's really interesting. Oh, I love Billie. I'm obsessed with Billie. I was just singing Billie this morning. Are you going to open for readings again? Yes, actually. James Baldwin is a writing god. Yeah, hands down. I am going to be opening for readings again. I'm going to be opening for private readings for, you want to look at whatever. You want to look at 2022. That is going out to Club 3333 first. And then I started this new thing. Um, it was experimental. I started it with one of my old school VIP clients, and I am going to be offering it to everybody. And it's intensive. It's for people with a lot of baggage that are trying to clear a lot of stuff personally. And I've done it with myself. I've done it with 2 VIP clients. I call them VIPs because I just don't know what else to call them. They're people that have been with me for, 10, 12, 13 years. Because I'm always open for them for readings. Usually, almost always. If they hit me up, I'm like, yep, I can fit you in. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that. I will be making the announcement soon. Probably not till January I'll start booking stuff, but 3333 will be notified first. They will get first dibs. They will also get a discount. So if you want to jump up to 3333 over on the collective, you can do that. You can jump up just like you do with Patreon. You just go from whatever level you're on, you go into your account and you can just change it and say, okay, I want to be Club 3333. And then you pay $33.33 a month and you get the perks. Okay, who else are we looking at? Yeah, Marielle actually is a VIP. Marielle is actually a VIP. I just outed you. She's a VIP. Baggage claim. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Yep, I'm opening up starting probably the first week of January. I'm going to start booking. So I will be booking from January into February. I'm probably going to take a break, and then I might do more in the spring. James Brown has really weird energy. Fiona Apple's energy I love, and I will tell you, she's another one. She's not going to let me anywhere near her. She's like, fuck you, back off. She has really good boundaries, very good boundaries. Nina Simone, I'm going to tell you this. Nina Simone does not have the best energy. She doesn't. She's trying to get her shit together, basically. She crossed over in bad energy, and she's kind of still trying to heal from it. How much for year 2020? So for, what am I charging now? 30. I think what I'm doing is Club 3333 is going to be something like somewhere around $275, $300 for an hour. And it'll honestly, readings might sell out at Club 3333. To be honest, we'll see how it goes. How do we block others? I have no idea. I feel like it's just a natural thing. I feel like it's just something that people have or they don't have. And yeah, Fiona's like, back up. Yeah, Nina did not cross over well, I have to say. Was it an overdose that she died of? I can't remember. I think it was an overdose, right? She didn't cross over well. And it reflects in how she is right now. Tell you what, I'm on point today. By the way, I am closed for email readings until the new year. Closed. I'm ready for my vacation. She had breast cancer. Is that how she went? Okay. Yeah, she because she didn't go well. It was painful. It was messy. It was messy. Not great. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here, you guys. This is fucking great. And I feel like the 6 p.m. is a good time period for, at the very least, the East Coast. And I think we're okay with the UK and Europe. Let me know, UK and Europe. It's like 8 hours ahead, right? I can't do math. So I think that time period is good. But let me know, because I can always push it back. Ooh, Grimes with that Elon Musk. Oh, God. What is she doing with that guy? Like, seriously, what is she doing with that guy? I mean, she's not with him anymore, but why was she ever with him? Ever. And he's Times Person of the Year. Give me a break. It's 3 a.m. Halfscape? Oh my God. Okay, so that's not good. That's not good for the UK or Europe at all. Ooh, Auntie might be going to Paris in the spring, by the way. Maybe. We shall see. It's kind of in and out of the cards. We shall see. I know. Hascape, for the love of God. That's crazy. That's crazy. I love that you're here, though. Yeah. Who's Jim Core? I don't even know who that is. Who else we got? I might be. I've never been. I've never been over to that area of the world before. So, yeah, it's too late for you guys. Okay, so we need to do sooner for our people in, God damn it. We need to do better for you guys. I love you guys. We need to do better for the UK. Oh, Lana Del Rey has very weird energy. Holy shit. You know what? She's very needy. And I mean needy in weird ways. Weird fucking ways. She's really needy. She is, she needs constant reassurance. Yeah, you did well. Yeah, you did good. Yeah, you're doing a good job. She is, they're showing me her face. She's very insecure about her face. She's insecure about her looks. She's another one where there may be no there. Like, she is who you need her to be. Oh yeah, no, I'm obsessed with Lana Del Rey. I'm obsessed. I was with her when she was Lizzie Grant, honey. That's how far back me and Lana Del Rey go, okay? She's just a bit drifty. She also likes to dabble in drugs a little bit here and there, which I think can kind of mess her up a little bit. But she's likable. But she may be likable because she conforms to who you want her to be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to keep an eye on the chat over here. I'm like, you guys are going fast. Yeah, she may be likable just because she kind of figures out what you need her to be, and then she is. Yeah. No, I like her. I mean, it's weird because I would kick it with her, but I would never trust her. Okay. Like if it was like me and Lana Del Rey are going to become friends, it's like, not so much, but she's fun to hang out with. But then she can go very emo. I see her going very emo. She's weird about sex. I'm getting everybody's sex life tonight. She's weird about sex. I have to text Casey before he disappears. I'm sorry. 1 second. What time? Oh, that was not my oven. Whoop, ringing in the ear. Not tinnitus, by the way. Oh, Naz and Khalees. That's a good one, too. I should do a whole series on Dolly Parton. She has the best energy. Dolly Parton is a fucking, she's like an ascended master. Like, seriously. I don't pick up on any of the sex tea in the chat because I block all of you guys. If I was open to that chat, this is really weird the way I try to describe this, but when I'm reading without cards, the cards for me are a nice little buffer. And it actually helps me conserve my energy, which is why I like to use cards. I was talking with another psychic. I was getting a reading from them, and she said, who shall remain nameless, but she said, well, the cards are a crutch. You don't need the cards. And I went, no, I know that. They're not a crutch. They're a barrier. And it also helps me conserve my energy. But when I read on people, it's really weird. I don't know how to describe it, but I sort of send something out to someone. Okay, so I send something out and I connect with them. And then information comes back to me. Kind of like making an internet connection in a way. Like, I send something out. I don't know what it is. I don't know how I send it out. It feels physical, although it may or may not be physical. But I send something out and then the information comes back. So when I'm doing stuff like this, where I'm reading in front of a lot of people, nothing goes in this chat. Nothing goes here. I don't send anything out into here. And I make sure that I'm not picking anything up from here. And when I do, like, so when I'm reading on Madonna, I go out to Madonna. When I'm reading on Drake, I go out to Drake, and then the information comes back. So no, I very, very rarely, unless somebody in the chat has such an overwhelming, typically it's something horrible, has an overwhelming issue, a problem, something they're dealing with. Sometimes that will come through. If I'm reading a comment, I'll go, whoa, holy shit. But other than that, I don't pick up anything. I do not. Let's see. Should we shift into, well, it's time for the second hard cider, right? Oh, yeah. Should we shift into reading on paranormal people? Should we stick with musicians? What do you guys want to do? Let me know. Been reading a lot of poetry lately. A lot. Revisiting Walt Whitman. Where should we go? What's going on? You guys are like, oh, it's Michael Jackson. Oh, the MJ shit. Woo! Stick with musicians. Freddie Mercury. All right, we want to stick with musicians for a little while longer. Okay. Okay, love it. Thank you, Shane. They're pretty dirty. Really dirty poetry. That's right up my alley. All right, we'll stick with musicians for a little while longer. All right. Hold on. Dude, I will tell you this. This is we might get weird tonight, y'all. We might get a little weird. It feels like every goddamn ghost on the other side is just like waiting for me to like, I mean, it's like, oh, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Did I tell you I told you about the priest? Oh shit, hello. I told you about the priest, right? Did I tell you guys this? I'm sure I told you this on a stream, but if I didn't, let me, because this freaked me out. Burl Ives, what a great idea. Oh my God. Okay, so I think I mentioned this on stream, but I'm going to, in case you missed it, I'm going to, yeah, the priest in the book, exactly. So in case some of you missed this one. Back in the day when I was a child, we had a new priest come to Benicia. His name was Father Nathan, and he was cool as shit. And 20 years later, my cousin Jillian, who you've met, the New York theater person, director, she is having her wedding, and I meet one of her bridesmaids, and one of her bridesmaids is named Rachel. And Rachel and I hit it off, and Rachel happens to be from Texas, and her uncle is Father Nathan, who was here in Benicia, California, back in the day. And he's a psychic, and he wrote 2 books. And so I read one of the books, and here's what really freaked me out when I read the book, is he starts getting contacted by people from the other side. And he said, well, how did you know to contact me? And this is a direct quote. It gives me chills just thinking about it. The direct quote is, your light was on. Which is what was it, Bourdain? Was it Bourdain that said that to me? You're like, your light is on, be careful. And I feel that right now. I feel like I could access fucking anybody right now. Like, anybody passed over, I'm like, they're like watching me. I swear to God. So, MJ, I'm going to look at him. I'm going to preface this by saying that Michael Jackson, Black Michael Jackson, just want to make sure that we're clear on this because he's sort of changed. But early Michael was my first crush. Like, I was 4 and 5 years old, and I was like, I have to have Off the Wall because that is my boyfriend. I was obsessed. I was there for Off the Wall at like 4 years old. That is my boyfriend. It was God. He was on a TV show. What TV show did I see him on? And I was like, who is that? Because that's my boyfriend. Yeah, it sort of bummed me out that he played with his face. I don't know how else to put it. Ricky Schroeder was Jessica's first kiss, Warrior Witch. Ricky Schroeder was Jessica's first kiss. How she managed that, I don't know. And I think he was like in his 20s, by the way. Yes. So how about that, Ricky Schroeder? Off the Wall came out in the 70s. Right. I was there. Yes, we did talk about this way back in the day. Yes, correct. But yes, Off the Wall was my first introduction to Michael Jackson. And I was obsessed. And huge crush. Loved him. So I'm going to start with that. And then I'm going to say I am 90% sure he's guilty as shit. Sorry. And I know, who is it? It's the British medium, I think, that talks to him all the time and says he's not guilty. He became very warped. Very warped. He is also in big healing on the other side. Big healing on the other side. This guy he's not accessible. He's not going to come here. He's not going to talk. He is like, it was a wreck of a life. It was a wreck of a life. Oh yeah, it was wrecked. Let me tell you, it was wrecked. It was a wreck of a life. This guy was in a lot of pain a lot of the time. He was also in physical pain. I don't know what the deal is with the physical pain, but he was in a lot of physical pain. I think I said this before too, Lucero. I thought I was having I'm like deja vu. I think we've gone into this before, but yeah, he was in a lot of pain, and it was a rough life. And that's not to excuse what he obviously he was never proven guilty, so I'll say what he may have done. But he was a good dad. He didn't fuck with his kids. So Cameron says, so an old coworker of mine in the music biz was very close with Michael, and he was subpoenaed in one of those sexual assault cases, and well, he told me Michael was quote unquote sick. Yeah, no, he's guilty. He's guilty. I'm sorry. I hate to say this, but yeah, the hair, that's right. The hair caught fire. I forgot about that. It was a Pepsi commercial. Yeah, I think he was also sexually abused, and he was physically abused by Joe. That we know. He's mentally abused by Joe. Yeah, no, it was just a wreck. It was a wreck of a life, and it's really, really sad because it's hard to look at, to be honest. Oh, we're gonna need another drink, honey. It's hard to look at when I look at the life. It was never, there was very few moments of joy. This man, ugh, God, it's like making me sick. I'm gonna have to stop reading on this because I'm like starting to feel physically ill. He was only in, even the work, the music didn't really give him joy until he had a click. His brain would click. And when the brain clicked off and he was just in his art and he was in his flow, that's when he was okay. And it was far and few between. It was far and few between. This man was in a lot of pain. He had a lot of problems. A lot of pain, a lot of problems. He was still a good dad. But also, it also feels to me like he sort of floated away. So I'm seeing this. This is a weird thing I'm seeing with these celebrities is I can't find them. So when I'm reading on them, reading on Madonna, reading on Drake, reading on Michael Jackson, I'm like, but where are you? Like, I see the image and I see what you're projecting and I feel your feelings. But where are you? And it's very difficult for me to find them. Like when I'm reading somebody, I can get their core and I can get their essence pretty fucking quickly, which I'm very grateful for. And I'm looking at these people and I'm going, okay, but where are you? And I can't find him. And I can't find any of them. I can't find Madonna really. I'm like, but where is the deep part of you? Where is that core part of you? It's not because she's protecting it. I think it's because she's not sure who it is anymore. Same with Drake. Drake might be a little bit more protective than that. But with Michael Jackson, I'm kind of like, where are you? He floated away. He was in a sea of neuroses and mental illness. And I feel physical illness. That was a very fucked up fucking family. More fucked up than we know. Way more fucked up than we know. Way more fucked up than we know. That whole family was fucked the fuck up. Uh, I know this is like unpopular opinion. Um, I I was a very big R. Kelly fan, and I can't listen to his music anymore because he's a fucking piece of shit, and the music, all I think of now is like him abusing people. But fuck, I miss it because I really loved his music. MJ, I can still listen to up to a certain point, and then I'm kind of like, oof, it's a lot because that was like music of my childhood. You know, I loved that. I was obsessed with the guy right up until I was still there with Bad, and then I think what came out after Bad because I might have been over it by then. Yeah, it was a fucked up family, way more fucked up than we know. All these people are fucked up. All these children, the children of Catherine and Joe, are just trying to heal, trying to heal, trying to heal. There's a lot of secrecy. There's a lot of layers of secrecy. Um, the abuse goes deeper than we know. It goes deeper than we know. It absolutely does. I mean, it was systemic. It was constant. It was abuse on the level that it's painful for me to even look at. Too morbid. Okay, we have to move on. We have to move on. I can't look at this anymore. All these people are just fucked up. Everybody, every kid they had fucked the fuck up. You know who has really good energy? You know who has really good energy, speaking of Michael Jackson, is fucking Quincy Jones, actually. Quincy Jones has some very interesting energy. Like, I would like, that man will probably talk to you for 5 hours straight. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's got all the good stories. He wants to tell you everything. He wants to spread his knowledge. And he's very proud. I'm going to tell you this, Quincy Jones, very, very proud as a black man who made it. You know what I mean? Like he's like, fuck yeah, look what the fuck I did. And you know, and he's giving me that, like, and I'm black. Like, look what I fucking did. Look at me. But it's also not ego. It's not ego, it's pride. And it's not pride in a damaging way. It's pride in a beautiful way. Yeah, no, Quincy is the GOAT. Yeah, no, he's like, I love this guy. His energy is just killer. And he, you know, he's like, he's shaking his head. He's so easy to read. He's so easy to read because he's shaking his head, and he was like, he's telling me life is a trip, man. Life is a trip. Yeah, he's just like people. He's like, you never know. He's giving me this man is giving me wisdom, and it sucks because I have to pee. But he's like, you never know what people are gonna do. He's like giving me wisdom. You know what? He's gonna cross over kind of soonish. 3 years, next 3 years, give or take. Yeah, not give or take. I would say the next 3 years, 4 years. But he's telling me he wants to give it to me. He's like, let's talk. He goes, let's jam, baby. Let's talk. Let's do it. He's telling me life is a trip. He's telling me you never know what people are going to do. He goes, people will always surprise you. He's telling me if you expect to be surprised, then you're ahead of the game because people will always surprise you. He's shaking his head and he's saying, I can't tell you how many people surprised me going through life. Like just the shit they pull. He's like, the shit they pull, man, the shit they pull. He's like, if you expect to be surprised, you're ahead of the game, straight up. What else? This guy's great. He's great. He's very you know, I've accumulated, he's given me a lot of this. I've accumulated so much knowledge in my life. He's also, I will say this, he's also very into, hate to say this, but you know, women should serve me. I mean, it's very old school patriarchy bullshit, which I don't love, but it is. It's very like, women should serve me, like they should take care of me. That's how it is. That's how it's supposed to be. So he's giving me a lot of, you know, very much old school shit when it comes to women, flat out. Very proud of his children. Very proud of what he accomplished in his life again. And he keeps making sure that he's like, as a black man in that time period. He's like, look at it. Look at it. Did Quincy Jones have sex with Richard Pryor? Not that I'm picking up. But Pryor was bisexual. That we knew. Yeah. He loved his life. This man loved his life. And he's telling me, mistakes were made. Mistakes were made. Okay, so he's telling me this too. He says, you can't get out. You can't. He's like, I'm going to break it down. This is great. He's like, I'm going to give you some wisdom. He's telling me you can't get out without making mistakes. You can't get out without causing problems. Perfectionism does not exist. It does not exist. If you think you can get out of here without making of a fool of yourself, you're already a fool. That's what he's telling me. Wow, that was good. That's a good line. Shit. God, I wish I was this smart. Shit. Ha! Yeah. Okay, I have to pee. I don't know if I'm going to have Quincy when I come back. I don't know. We'll see, because I'm like interrupting my flow, but I've got to use the ladies' room, so I will be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. There we go. Let's check on this. Ooh. Hello, lovely. We'll let you live. Goodness. All right, and she's back. Let's guess. Oh, hey, after this, I have to have a meal. I can never make this thing work right. Oy. Oh, come on, Auntie. Ever. Come on. I need a real bottle opener. This thing is just not cutting it. Come on. We can do this without breaking a nail. Maybe. Any minute now. Oh my God. I hate this damn bottle opener. Don't break your nail. Nope. Maybe I need a surface to put it on. Maybe that's part of the problem. Nope. Ha-ha! Success. Oh. Hold on. I'll be back. Okay. Now I'm really back. Sorry, I had to add in the bacon grease. Oh, George Michael. I really can't make that bottle opener work. It's so depressing. All right. My second drink of the evening. Half lit. Betty's like, what did I miss? George Michael has good vibes. I was very upset when he passed. Okay. Bing Crosby. Rosemary Clooney has nice vibes too. Sinatra, now that's an interesting one. And I'll tell you this with Sinatra. He is not in his personality. Like, he shed that skin and he was like back to his for lack of a better word, original form. He was like, yeah, no more Sinatra. It was a hard life for him. He's giving me this. It was hard being Frank Sinatra. Like, it was hard living up to that shit. He loved it. But it was hard living up to it. He was also very grateful for his talent. And you know what he's giving me too is like, this guy's great. I love the wisdom here. He goes, you gotta have a good time. He's like, you have to have a good time. He's like, yes, that was part of my image, the Rat Pack, haha, whatever. But he was like, but for real, you gotta go have a good time. And he's giving me this. He's this guy. He's like, wreck your body. No one gets out alive. Go do all the cocaine. Like, he's like, dude, just go have a good time. He's very much about having a good time. Very much so. He's just like, if you're not having a good time, you're doing it wrong. But it was difficult for him to be in a body. It was difficult for the soul to incarnate, even though he had a good time. Even though he had a very good time. One psychic thinks Frank has not incarnated. You know, okay, so let me just break this down. Typically when people cross over, and this is the way I was trained by the best psychic I've ever known, who has actually, my mentor just passed on last month. And she already came to me. You know what? She came to me 2 weeks ago, and she said, she's dead. She came to me, I'm busy, and she goes, Kirsten, honey, I'm here. And I was like, oh shit. I get that. I get ambushed sometimes. Anyway, she came through and she said, you're working too hard. Big shock there. But she said, you got a lot of spiritual work coming up, honey, and you need to rest and conserve your energy. You need to promise me, honey. Oh, thanks, guys. She's not really gone. She keeps showing up. She keeps showing up anyway. But the way that she trained me, she was trained in a lot of Native American traditions, although she was not Native American, from what I understand. And she was, gosh, I want to say she was almost 80 when she passed over, so it's in her 70s. But she was also trained in a lot of like way old esoteric stuff, shit I've never heard of that she trained me in, stuff I don't talk about on the channel because it's just a whole different animal. It's a completely different animal. But she trained me, and one of the big things she told me was that when people cross over, and this is from my experience, this is also what I've caught, they don't immediately reincarnate. Like Frank Sinatra, when did he pass away? The 80s, the 90s, early 90s, late 80s, right? Like, he's not just going to immediately reincarnate. He's just not. They don't do that. It just doesn't happen that way. It's just not a thing. There's a lot of rest time and a lot of downtime. This is one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult dimensions, planes, what have you, to exist in. And when you come out of it, there is a long period of time, sometimes hundreds, if not thousands of years, where you are resting, where you're like, I'm not going back into that shit. And some people don't, they don't come back, or they don't come back for a long time, or they go other, into other areas. But people don't reincarnate that quickly. Sorry to burst the bubble there. Well, maybe not the cocaine, Frank. He's like, do the cocaine, do it all. He is. He's like, have fun. Go have a good time. Go have a good time. That's his big thing. But because he's saying it's so difficult, he's giving it to me like it's so difficult to come back. And it's so difficult to be here. It's so difficult to be here. He's like, you guys, you know what you're doing. Because what he's giving me is this. He's like, I'm over here in my joint, in my chill spot, in heaven, if you will. And he's like, everything is so fucking cool. He's like, I'm fine. I have no problems. I have no worries. I have no cares. I have no illnesses. I have nothing but peace and chill time and whatever I want. He's telling me this. Okay, he wants to tell me about the other side. Okay, I love this. I love this. Oh my God, he's really talking. I like this guy. Oh, giving me a little compliment there. My goodness. He goes, you're pretty sexy. Oh God. Oh shit. Then he goes, let me just tell you about this. He says, listen, he goes, when you cross over, I like this guy. He's saying when you cross over, he goes, tunnel of light, whatever. He's like, whatever, however you do it, however you do it. When you cross over, he goes, you are immediately ushered into a sense of peace and well-being. And he's saying this. He says, don't be afraid of death. He's like, don't. He's like, are you kidding me? He's like, this is the best thing I've ever done. He was not afraid of it when he passed over either. But he is saying, don't be afraid of it. He says, oh, I just felt something on my head. Shit. He's saying it's the most peaceful he's ever felt. It's a peaceful place. It's so funny because it's kind of what he's showing me. It's like, there's no there. He's like, it's not a physical space. It's a, what are you giving me? He's giving me mental in quotes. It's not a physical space where he is. He's kind of like, it's kind of a state of mind. Yeah. He goes, I'm not floating in the clouds. I'm not carrying a harp. Like, that's not a thing. He goes, heaven is not up. He goes, that's completely, he's like, no. And he's using the word heaven very loosely. But he's saying it's a state of mind. It's a state of being. It's a state of consciousness. And he's telling me that your consciousness automatically transfers over. Like you transfer into a state of consciousness. That's where you go. It's not a physical space. He's very clear about that. You go into a different state of consciousness, and that is quote unquote heaven. And he's saying, I'm not alone. He's like, I can meet and see other beings. And he goes, but he kind of says, dump all that shit about fame and famous people. Like, oh, are you hanging out with Nostradamus? He's like, it's not how it works. Woo, hello. God, the wind out here is nuts. He can connect. Okay, so the way this is wild. What he's showing me is he makes these soul connections. And I know Frank needs to come to the next cocktail party with Bobby, right? He's saying basically like his soul can kind of send out a signal to other souls that he knows, that he recognizes. So he's like, if I've been in a lifetime with anybody, then there's a soul recognition there, and he can kind of send out this. It's almost like a Morse code thing, right? He can send it out, and they may come, they may not come. Eventually they'll come. He's like, basically, this is weird, but he's like, they'll send me a message, or they'll show up and we can hang out. He's even saying that they can merge. He's like, it's so hard to describe. He's like, don't think of it like sex. It's not sex. But he's like, he goes, when we merge like this, we are hanging out, but it's like do we get a lift with people that have crushes on us when we die? That's great. He's like, no. He's like, come on. He's like, no. He says, everything you're doing right now, it's trappings. It's a farce. It's a play. It's not real. He's just like, that's what he's saying. Have fun, have a good time, learn your lessons and have a good time. That's basically all you have to do. He's saying artists. Oh, he wants to talk. He's saying artists, artists, artists. Are there artists on here? Are there artists on here? He's saying artists, create, 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 create. He's like, that's the closest you're going to get to God. He's saying, you know, everybody is an artist in their own right, even if you're not an artist, quote unquote. But he's saying create, create, creation. He doesn't know if Ronan Farrow is his son. He doesn't know. Okay, so he's telling me, and it's so funny because I can hear it in his Frank Sinatra voice. It's like that beautiful voice. Why do we come to this dimension? Oh, he says everybody comes for their own in-dimensional readings. Oh my God. He's saying everybody comes for their own interdimensional, Jesus, experiences. And okay, hold on. He goes, Kirsten, I'm fading. I know. Everybody comes for their own interdimensional experiences, and you are making your decisions. Like, he goes, everybody comes for a different reason. There's no reason that is universal, that is a blanket reason. Everybody has their own particular reason. And okay, this is interesting. He says some people are sent here. He goes, some people are actually sent there. Some people are sent there. Okay, so tell me about that. They have a mission. He goes, well, they have a mission. Okay, well, what's the mission? Well, every individual has an individual mission. He goes, it's really not up to me. He's like, I don't know. You know, I'm just giving you what I know. I don't really know. He's saying there's no hierarchy here. There's no someone in charge. There's no, he's like, just throw it all away. It's a penal colony. He's laughing. He thinks that's hilarious. But there's no, it's not like you have to go, but he's like, people are sent here. Souls are sent here. Some souls are sent here, but most souls choose to come here for, a lot of people come for the experience, and some people come for a certain experience. Some people come for, oh, interesting. He says some people come because they miss it, because they want material things. He goes, we don't have that, obviously. He's so funny. He goes, some people come because they just want to have sex again. Oh my God, what a crack up. This guy's a crack up. Souls are sent, so he's, from what I understand, he's saying souls are sent from their soul pod. That's what the term he's giving me, is a soul pod. So basically somebody in the soul family makes a decision, and like, oh, you got to go there, you know, or we need somebody, you know, it's almost like they're taking volunteers. Like, we need somebody, you know, to go down there and, you know, be on a certain frequency, or spread a certain amount of light, or take care of so-and-so. You know, we've got another soul here, and they need somebody to take care of it who wants to go. It's part of our soul family or whatever. That's what he's giving me. But he's like, yes. He's laughing. He goes, yeah, people come here for sex, straight up. They just, because he's laughing because you can't get it anywhere else. He can't get it anywhere else. Yeah, he says they come for the physical experience. He says a lot of people come for a physical experience because you really can't get it anywhere else. And he says, think about this. He says, where I am, I have no voice. I'm Frank Sinatra, and where I am, I have no voice, right? So that's kind of the thing, you know. Jesus. Do we remember sex when we're in another dimension? He's like, oh yeah. He goes, you remember everything. You remember all of your experiences. Are there other dimensions? Yes. He's giving me that. Yes, there are other places you can go. There are other areas you can go. There are other experiences you can have. And he's saying it all depends on his level, or your level of consciousness. So certain people, can go to certain places, certain people can't because they just can't get there in their mind. You know, can you work your way up to it? Yes. He's like, I gotta go. I gotta go. He's like, I gotta go. Yeah. He's like, I'm done. I'm done now. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And that's it. There's Sinatra. Wow, he came through like a fucking bullet. Jesus Christ. Do you have to keep coming back here? That's a really good question. No, I'm getting no. I'm getting no. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice. That's not coming from Sinatra. That's just coming to me. Like, it's a choice. It's a choice. Andy Warhol has very weird energy. Sting has interesting energy, come to think of it. I'm like, Sting, interesting. There's another click from the kitchen. Yeah, did Dolores Cannon say that? Yeah, it does feel like it's a choice. I don't get the sense, I'm wide open right now, Jesus. There's also a lot of like kinetic energy in the air because we're like waiting on this storm, and I'm kind of wondering if, because we don't get a lot of storms in California, and I'm kind of wondering if it like is jumping up my it's like supercharging some of my abilities or something, because I'm just like, I'm open. Miles Davis has a lot of ego problems. Miles Davis also resting, had a very difficult transition. But so proud of what he created. Like, the pride went with him into the afterlife. Okay, this is weird, but I'm getting a really weird download, so I'm going to give it to you. I don't know where this is coming from, but it's Egyptian. And the download that I'm getting, I'm really wide open right now, man. Shit. The download that I am getting is that the Egyptians had the right idea about the afterlife in some respects, and that they were trying to harness the powers of Ra, and in some cases succeeded. I don't know where this is coming from. Trying to harness the power of Ra, in some cases succeeded. What the fuck does that mean? But that they had some of the right ideas about the afterlife. But oh shit. Okay, so what they're showing me is, like, you know how they buried people with stuff, right? They're like, oh, you're gonna need this in the afterlife. The stuff wasn't the stuff. It was a symbol. The stuff was symbols. It was symbols of intangible things. They were symbols of intangible things. So if somebody was buried with a shield, it meant something about their life. It wasn't that, oh, you're going to need a shield in the afterlife. Like, they knew better. They knew better. This was, no, it represented stuff that they did in their life. It represented lessons or things that they learned. It wasn't that, oh my God, this is wild as shit. It wasn't that they were like, oh my God, that scared the shit out of me. Jesus Christ. Damn it, Casey Watson. Shit. I'll get back to him in a minute. Yeah. This is, fuck. They were right. It was intangible. It represented intangible things about their life. It was the skills that they had learned or the things that they had acquired in this lifetime. It wasn't actual material stuff. It was representative, that they had the right idea about the afterlife. They knew. They were celebrating life. They were celebrating the lessons in life. Oh my God, we're so fucked. Okay, so modern reality, modern stuff that we're doing, like, we got way off track. Everything's all fucked up. I'm getting this as a download. Everything is like super fucked up right now. We don't really know what we're doing. We have no understanding of spirituality, zero understanding of the afterlife, and zero understanding of what we're doing here. We have been looped into this very bizarre matrixy type thing where it's like we've lost a lot of knowledge. We were meant to understand other things, and right now we're in this space where we've given it all up. We've gotten rid of it all. We are only solely focused on material existence. We don't understand that it's not real. A lot of ancient cultures understood that it was not real. We don't get it. We think it's real. We think this is real shit. Like what we're doing right now is real shit. It's really not. It's really not. And that's why Sinatra came through and said, have a good time. That's why a lot of them come through and say, have a good time, because it's not real. It's just, there's something that we are so hyper focused on this reality. And then the opposite of that is that we are hyper focused on what we're supposed to do in heaven or in our afterlife, and probably not anybody on this stream. Probably not anybody on this stream, but a lot of hardcore religious people. It's like, okay, this is, this is the afterlife, and we have to focus on how we're going to be in heaven and how we're going to be with God, and how we're going to make it right, and like all of that is wrong. All of that is wrong. We are here to acquire skills. We are here, it's not even learning lessons. We are here to acquire skills. That is one of the main reasons we are here. And they're also telling me, whatever this is, this download, they're saying that you can figure out, everything is built in within you. You have the blueprint within you. Everything that you need to know about your life, where you're going, your purpose, your skills that you're supposed to acquire, or why you are here is already within you. It is within the things that you are naturally drawn to. So if you're naturally drawn to certain things, that's where you need to go, because that's the blueprint. That's the blueprint right there. Don't go against your nature is what they're telling me. Don't go against your nature. Don't go, it's coming so fast I can barely talk. Don't go against your gut. Like where you are drawn, where your instincts take you, where your obsessions even take you. It's like that's where the lesson is. That's where the purpose is. That's where the skills are. Again, they're saying like no lesson. It's not really a lesson, because a lesson, kind of the way we have it twisted right now, it's, we did something wrong and we have to correct it. Or we're ignorant, so we have to fix it. But this is like, it's not that. It's a skill that you acquire. There are skills that you are supposed to acquire. The Egyptians knew this. Again, they're showing me, again, harnessing the power of Ra. I believe this is solar power. I don't know what else it could be. And that they're telling me that things sort of went awry when the Egyptian civilization collapsed. That's where things went. This is a huge download. That's where things went awry. That yes, there were aliens, quote unquote. They've been watching for a very, very, very long time, far more advanced than we, way the fuck out there. Not anywhere near us. We're kind of a barren, this is interesting. We're a barren galaxy is what they're showing me. So we're a barren galaxy. That makes sense. Where these beings that were watching the Egyptians specifically, because they wanted to see where it was going to go, they watched a lot of civilizations collapse, by the way, these beings. And how are they monitoring? By coming here. Yes. Okay. By coming here. So it's not remote. No, it is not remote. Okay. Oh my God, so much coming through, and then immediately where is this coming from? And it's like, Kirsten, it's Tony Bourdain, hi. And I'm just like, dude, is this coming from you? Well, no, but I'm watching. When the Egyptian civilization collapsed and it was overtaken by the quote unquote Roman civilization, the Western civilization, that's where if we were Doc Brown, I'd say the timeline skewed here. That's where things went really, really funky, and they continue. So that's where we have it. That's the cutoff right there. It's when Rome conquered everything. It's like 5 o'clock in the morning where Housecape is. It's fucking hilarious to me. That's where we sort of lost our way, and that's worldwide. It just kind of went. From there, it was like a disease almost that spread out. What they're telling me is to study the Egyptians, really study it, and not the way it's taught to you, but different. Like, look at what you're being presented with, but come to your own conclusions. What else? Yeah, kind of throw away that grid. Throw away that grid of what we're being taught, because people got it a little bit wrong. They got a little bit wrong. Questions, comments? So psychics who channel the Raw Collective. Ooh, I didn't even know there were psychics that did that. From what I get, the power of Ra, from what I understand, they're just showing me the sun. They're not showing me a being. They're not, and that can be a thought form. I mean, you know, people create weird shit with their brains and they don't know that they're doing it. But when they said the power of Ra, I just saw the sun. I didn't see a god. Math secrets from the Egyptians. Yeah, they understood it. They understood math way better than we do, and they understood how to use it in order to create, where we do not. We've taken those skills and we placed it in a digital realm and sort of twisted it. We kind of twisted a lot. This is like the weirdest thing, but it's like we sort of had a lot of the stuff, and as time went on, we twisted it, and it's not quite right. It's not quite right. Star seeds, good question. And what I get is yes and no. They're like, what's coming through is that a lot of it is mythology. A lot of what we're taught is mythology. Everything that we're working with right now, star seeds, twin flames, you know, light bearers, there is a kernel of truth to it, but a lot of it is mythology. We're working with mythology and not real shit. I'm going to need more than that, Lucienne. I'm going to need more than that. Initiation, what is that? I'm very curious. Shit, that just went off the rails. Okay, let me answer Casey. Right quick. 7 or 8. Okay, we're definitely streaming with Casey tomorrow. Ooh, honey. Clicks in the kitchen. Whew. Whew. Oh, it's on Gaia. Damn it, I just got rid of my Gaia subscription. Yeah, there's, you know, speaking of Casey Watson, his whole thing is, you know, information has been hidden from us basically, and that is the truth. But Casey goes into a whole conspiracy theory. There's controllers and they've done this and they've done that and blah, 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 blah. I'm not on board with that, not intellectually and not psychically, but there is lost information. And it's like, you know, it's so funny you mentioned that, Shane, because my guides consistently talk to me about the numbers, and I don't understand it, but they're always going off about the zeros and the ones, the zeros and the ones, the zeros and the ones, and I'm just like, what the fuck does this mean? I don't know what it means. I can't grasp it intellectually. Sweet. Okay, we're streaming with Casey tomorrow, my friends. Yay! 2 days in a row. Merry Christmas, y'all. Happy holidays. Yeah, they give me the 0 and the 1 every time, and they're like, you need to understand this. And I'm like, understand fucking what? I should preface this by saying I have a math disability, so it doesn't come easily to me. Like numbers, I'm not afraid of numbers, but I look at them and I'm just kind of like, I don't know. Like it takes me a while to click in. They say if you were born prematurely, which I was supposed to be a Christmas baby, and I was born November 15th. I was in the NICU for many weeks before I was able to go home. But they say if you are preemie, or you're preemie, that you are born with a math disability. It's kind of like there's a correlation there. And the basis of computers, yeah, but why the fuck? I don't know. Zeros and ones are how everything in the digital world is programmed. And they want me to understand it, but what is there to understand? Yeah, I was really early. Yes, very, very, very early. Yes, Queen Scorpio. Yeah, I was supposed to be a Christmas baby. I read a whole bunch of studies on this, that it's legit, Lucero, that a lot of premature babies have math disabilities. So I guess maybe that area of the brain just didn't have time to develop enough. I don't fucking know. Yeah, can you imagine me as a Capricorn or a Sagittarius, one or the other? Like, no, it's not a thing. It was never going to be a thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's really weird. It's really weird. So yeah, they've always talking to me about it's supposed to be the code for everything here. Yeah, they always talk about it. I was 3 pounds and 4 ounces. They could hold me in one hand. My mom always tells everybody the story that her little head fit here and her little feet fit here. I mean, I was the length of an arm by the time they could bring me home. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, we're kind of into weird esoteric shit, so I actually want to take a peek at Dolores Cannon before I go. That makes sense. 0 is feminine and 1 is masculine. Also makes sense. It either is or is not. Okay, got it. Is JLo pissed at Ben? Is there a problem there? Dolores Cannon. I've been a little bit obsessed with Dolores Cannon lately, and I want to see if I can get her or read on her. Okay, I'm getting a download again. Another fucking download. So Bourdain is definitely standing here, but nothing is actually, he's not talking. He's just standing here. But he's like, you're doing a great job. Thank you. Because I'm a little drunk, sir. He's like, yeah. He's like loving it. He thinks this is hilarious. The download I'm getting is this, and this is like really interesting. They're saying the world is full of love. It's very trite, but that's what they're giving me. They're saying the world is full of love, that love surrounds you, that all you have to do is tap into it, that love is a sentient being. It is the only true force in the world, in this dimension, in the universe. You can tap into it at any time. That it is all around you. It is what connects you. It is what connects you to the stream. Aliza is in the house. Girl, I'm drunk. This is the prevailing energy of the universe. Although there are other energies within the universe, this is the prevailing energy of the universe. And you may tap into it at any time. It need not come from another person or persons or even from within yourself, for it surrounds you as the prevailing energy. We're about to have such a huge storm here. It's kind of crazy. Okay, Dolores Cannon, let's see. Just a quick little download. I'm telling you guys, I'm wide open. I'm wide open right now. I'm kind of all over the place. Dolores Cannon, what do we have? Oh! Super present. Yeah, she's laughing. She says, oh yeah, you got your light on pretty bright tonight. She says, what do you want to talk about? She's like a namesayer. She's one of those namesayers. You know those people that just say your name constantly? She's like, hello, Kirsten. What do you want to talk about, Kirsten? She says, don't picture me that way, because I'm seeing her in my mind's eye, like, you know, in the videos that I see. She's like, don't picture me that way. I don't look like that at all. She says, what do you want to know? I'll tell you whatever you want to know. She says, have your people ask questions. Yeah, she says, have your people ask questions. What do you want to know? She's laughing at me. She thinks it's hilarious that I am like shit-faced on camera. I haven't had that much. I barely had any of this bottle. I just can't hold my liquor today. Some days I really can. Jesus, some days I'll have 2 of those and I feel nothing, and then other days I'll have 2 and I'm like, hello, 3 sheets to the wind. Frank Sinatra told us to do cocaine. She's saying, okay, so she's saying, let me clarify some things. She's saying you have to work within what you're given. And I've been given, she says, I've been given so much more from where I am now. You have to work with what you're given. She says, she goes, there's a real dichotomy between what you truly are and what you see that you are. She's not taking questions at all. There was a big scary noise from outside just now. She's saying the past life regressions, Betty, were, she's like, a little off, a little off, a little off. She says no, they were accurate, but she's saying she's frustrated because she's giving me like there's too much subjectivity in that plane when you're dealing with people, even when they're under. She's saying there's too much subjectivity, that they were too influenced even when they were under, but there were kernels of truth, there were grains of truth. She's saying it's basically, she's like, it's just like when you work, Kirsten, again with the name saying, she's saying it's just like when you work, she says some of your beliefs and your personality comes through, and sometimes you're getting pure information. And she's saying she knew that the information was pure when it all matched up, when it was all the exact same, but sometimes it wasn't. And she's like, muddled. She's giving me this with a lot of her work. She's saying muddled. She's saying, I was so sure of everything. And then she's like, and then I crossed over and I got a whole different perspective. And she's, a lot of what I said was true. A lot of what I said was real. A lot of it, different perspective. Even so, she's giving me this, even though it was true and it continues to be true, to see it from a different perspective is to see it changed, which is difficult. Do lying spirits ever come through? She's okay, so she wants to give me a whole thing here. She's saying, she's funny. She goes, well, you got to be careful who you're talking to. You have to be careful who you're talking to. She's saying that not everybody has your best interest at heart. Yeah, she's poking me. She goes, and you, young lady, and you. Be careful who you're talking to. Be careful where your information comes from. Certain things cannot be verified. If you hear something over and over and over again from different sources, that's the only way she feels like we can verify things these days. She says you have to be very, very careful when you're working within the psychic realm, because there are layers to it that there are, oh God, she's giving me Sheol, which is, it's a Jewish concept. But she's kind of showing me this layer of like fog. And it's like, you got to get through that. And there's a lot of weird shit that hangs out in that. You get through that. And then you're into more pure energy. But she's showing me like a layer. She's showing me a layer of like, who knows what the fuck you're going to pick up in there. She's saying, yeah, she did channel Nostradamus. She's saying yes. She's convinced of it. She's like, yes, absolutely. Although she is telling me when she's, oh, interesting. She's telling me she's talking to a lot of psychics. She's talking to a lot of people that she has been since she crossed over. She has a lot of work to do since she crossed over. That she's like, I have not rested since I crossed. She's like, I'm still in my personality. I'm still in Dolores Cannon. I'm still doing my work. She's telling me she's still doing her work on the other side, that there's things that she has to remedy, things she has to change, that she's working on changing. Are there alternate realities, timelines where other versions of us are living different lives? Never understood this. She says yes, but no. She says, again, it's all about consciousness. So we're going back to these concepts of consciousness. I mean, that's kind of where Frank brought us, right? She's saying yes and no. She's saying, okay, this is difficult. Every possibility that exists within your mind is a reality. Every possibility that exists within your mind is a reality. But she's saying it's a reality that remains a reality for mere seconds, because your mind is already on to the next thing. So things that yes, Sheol, yes. Am I saying it wrong? How do I say it? Am I saying it wrong? That's what she was showing me. That's what she was giving me. It was kind of like this. It's dark, and she's like, who the fuck knows what's in there? You get past that and you're good. Like, you get into some higher energy, some better shit. But when you're fucking around in that, who knows what you're going to pick up? So it's not the biblical version of it. Okay. You know what I mean? That's just kind of the thing that she gave me to kind of show me what it was, kind of this weird area, if you will. But she is saying that yes, there are versions of yourself, but it all exists in your mind. It's all a question of consciousness. I can hear her. She's like speaking in her own voice. She's laughing. She thinks this whole thing is hilarious. And she's like, and you're doing it drunk? She's laughing. She's like, you could do this sober. Like, why are you doing it? I'm like, oh, it's part of my shtick. I don't know. But yeah, she's like, what? She's cracking up now. She's like, this is fucking hilarious. She's like, this is serious stuff that we're talking about here. But yeah, it exists in your mind. It's really hard to explain. It's hard for her to explain, but it's in your mind. It lasts for a millisecond. So it's not that it continues in perpetuity. Once the mind moves on to the next thing, that quote unquote reality collapses. Oh shit, did you hear that one? God damn. Woo, honey. Yeah, that so yes and no. It is a concept. She's like, oh, it's so hard to describe. She's also telling me she wants us to know that, like, when you cross over, your mind expands. You're able to understand more difficult concepts. She's laughing at me. She's like, you'll understand math. She goes, you'll know what those zeros and ones are for. And she's like winking at me. She's funny. She has a really good sense of humor, actually. She's kind of a crack up. Okay, so yeah, she's like, I have to correct certain things. I was wrong on certain things because her consciousness was limited, and now that it's expanded, she sees all of it. So she's going, I was giving you pieces of the whole. I was giving you pieces of the whole. And yeah, she goes, background people is a concept. Okay, so she says it's a concept that works in theory, and yet when she moved into an expanded consciousness, aka death, if you will. She's like, don't even say that. Don't even say that. I moved into expanded consciousness. Leave it at that. But she goes, you can say I left my body, but that's about it. But she's saying once she saw it from the higher perspective, the greater perspective, she's like, yes and no. She says you have to understand you're in a programmed reality. This is only going to go one way. It's only going to go a certain way. It doesn't go any other way. And the reality that you are operating in has certain parameters, and those certain parameters will be met no matter what. Jesus, I just felt something in my hair again. I hate that. The reality, the function of this reality, she's laughing. She says, it's a stage. She goes, Frank was right. She goes, no, I don't know him. I'm not with him. But she says, he was right. It just, you need to do what you need to do. It's a stage. It's a stage for you to perform your life, for you to perform yourself, for you to understand yourself. And she goes, it's really selfish. She says, these lives on this planet, she says the majority of them are very, very selfish because you're here to understand yourself, whether you're understanding yourself through yourself or through others, through the people in your life mirroring things back to you. She goes, backdrop people, it's part of a program. But she's saying, like, don't think you're in a computer program. It's not the Matrix. Keanu Reeves is not here. But she's saying that's part of a program. So yes, it's real, and no, it's not real. She's like, ugh, it's hard for her to give it to me. I think it's hard for me to wrap my head around it. Is it worthwhile to seek out our old videos on YouTube? She says yes, but she's also saying take it with a grain of salt. Man, I got this woman. I have her nailed. She's laughing. She thinks it's so funny. She's like, I can't believe you're doing this drunk. Yes, she says yes, but you have to take it with a grain of salt because she was coming from a limited point of consciousness. And she's also saying that the stuff that people were downloading when they were under, also still from a limited point of consciousness, although their consciousness would expand to encompass certain things. But even then, she said it was very difficult for her to keep the personality and the biases of the person out of it, even in their subconscious. It's very, very difficult. She keeps going back to me as a reader. She's saying, even you have that. It's there. It's very difficult to get rid of. You have to really be in flow. You have to really be in the flow of things. And even then, there's going to be some aspects that are still there. She's like going off. Damn, another click in the kitchen. She says she's working. So Photocast says, can she channel some books now from there? She says she's working with a variety of psychics. She goes, she's like, I can work with you, but you have another path. She's like, we can do something, but you have another path. You have another path. She's saying also, she's telling me that everything is illuminated from where she is, from the dimension that she is in. Everything is illuminated, and that she can see where people are going to go. She says that's why it's easy for people to make predictions, that you're tapping into certain things, where a certain level of consciousness where you can see where everything is going to go, where people are going to go, and that when you cross over, you can actually see it. She's showing me very far out. You can see it very far out. So when the guides are coming through, or when you are making predictions that aren't really coming from you, that you're just like, I don't know where this came from, but I'm going to give it to you. She's like, that's where it's coming from. People, quote unquote, for lack of a better word, on the other side can see things going out much, 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 much further. She is saying, yes, time is circular. She's also laughing because she says time isn't real. It's all a portion. Very weird phrasing. It's a portion of your consciousness. She says you can slow it down, you can speed it up. She really wants us to know we are really in charge of our lives. That is like her big thing. I mean, and that's kind of what she said in life as well. But she's like, you're in charge of everything. Everything. She's saying, picture it like a control board. Picture your life like a control board. You want to turn up certain things. You want to turn down certain things. You can do that. She says the only limitation you have is in your mind. It's your mind. It's programming. Is evil real? Oh, I know. I love Seth Speaks. Huge fan of all the Seth stuff. Is evil real? She says no. She says no. She says you have to understand you're creating your own personal reality. My reality is different from little Sparrow Tarot. It's different from Cameron. It's different from Eliza. It's different. It's all different. Even though it seems like we're sharing the same reality, we're really not. This is what she's giving me. You're creating all of it. She goes, you want evil? Yeah, you can have it. She goes, you could lick it off a spoon if you wanted to. She's like, you can have it if you want it, but it's not real. None of it is real. She's saying, if you could see what I see, and what she's showing me is, oh, this is interesting. She goes, that bottle in your hand. She thought it was beer, but she says that bottle in your hand, that's just you choosing a different level of consciousness. She's going, okay, the nitrous oxide, you're choosing a different level of consciousness. And this is going to get me into some trouble because I know people really have issues with depression. People I love have issues with depression. I have had issues with depression. But what she is giving me is, that is you choosing a certain level of consciousness. Anxiety is you choosing. She's saying it's all a choice. Now, I want to disclaimer that by saying that is not me saying that, and I don't know if I agree with that. because I know a lot of people that have mental and emotional problems, and it sure as shit doesn't look like a choice to me. But that's what she's telling me. Do our guides ever lie to us for our own good? No. She says, nope, absolutely not. They do not lie. But she goes, they'll omit certain things. And this is what's really interesting. They'll omit certain things because you've asked them to. So you may not have said, obviously, who's going to say, please lie to me, guides. But somewhere in there, you're saying, lie to me. Somewhere in there, you've said, I don't want to know the truth. How do we deprogram, reprogram? She says, just awareness. That's what she's giving me is awareness, awareness, awareness. She's also saying, again, so she wants to go back to this because she's saying, what I see when I look down on you, she goes, I don't see people. I don't see a computer. I don't see a Christmas tree. It is lovely, by the way. She goes, I just see things vibrating together, and the vibrations give off a certain energy. And that energy is either comfortable for me or not comfortable for me. This is wild, right? I mean, this is some deep ass shit. Holy shit. This is some shit. I mean, this is like, I'm gonna have to go back and watch this because she's like blowing my mind right now. I'll show you the tree before I go. If we develop skills to manage our frequencies, can we change our consciousness? She's like, no, not frequencies, just consciousness. Just consciousness, just consciousness. It's just, you're choosing, she's saying this, you are choosing your reality and your experience by choosing your level of consciousness and choosing where you're coming from. And then she's also saying that when you work with other things, so she's saying like when you absorb someone else's level of consciousness. So let's say you watch the news. That's not your level of consciousness. That's someone else's. And usually it's shitty, right? When you are engaging with a friend or a family member and their level of consciousness is like very dark and dreary, right? You engage with that level of consciousness and then you're either going to accept it or reject it. But she's saying either way it creates a friction. It does sound like it's atomic, right? She's saying either way it creates a friction and you don't really want to be in friction. She says the universe is geared towards harmony and your experience is geared towards harmony. And so when you pick something that is out of harmony with you, then you create a level of friction that will throw you into disarray or out of balance. So she's saying, just think of this. She's saying you choose your reality in every moment. In every moment, you're choosing your reality, what you surround yourself with, what you're feeding yourself, who you're engaging with, what you're engaging with. She's like, every day you choose your reality. And by choosing your reality and what you're choosing to engage with, that's where you choose your level of consciousness. And when you go to a new level of consciousness, to a different, and she's saying also, she wants to say this, she's interjecting, she says, there are limits. There are limits because of where you are. There are limits to it. But she's saying once you move into new levels of consciousness, you have a different experience. You have a new experience. You have a more positive experience. So what she's saying about the two different worlds, she's saying those are levels of consciousness, but she's also very clear in saying it is also physical. So it's really weird to me because it's a concept I can't grab because I'm like, she was saying there's two separate worlds, there's two separate planets, but she's like, it is physical, but it's not physical. So essentially, okay, so she's giving it to me. She's saying, think of the planet as clear, okay? It's clear, it's see-through. And it's split down the middle. And people that are in higher consciousness, that are in positivity are over here. And people that are in lower consciousness and negativity are over here. She's saying it's literally, it's so weird. I can't describe it. It's so hard for me to describe, but she's basically saying like, these people that are in negativity have this area to themselves, and people that are in positivity have this area to themselves. Even though we're all in different fucking places. I know, it's really, she's showing it to me visually, and I can't, it's fucking hard for me to describe. It's actually frustrating the shit out of me. She's like, Kirsten, calm the fuck down. But it is true. It is real. There are two different realities. I've been attracted to classical 18th century orderly music. Is that a consciousness? That is some kind of a driving force that I think you should follow, quite frankly. What are you supposed to do as an empath? She's like, it's just a level of consciousness. You're choosing a level. And that's the thing. Her whole thing is like, it's all about choice. Like, you think you have no choice. That's where you disempower yourself. Again, she's showing me this control board. She's like, you can turn it up. You can turn it down. I personally have issue with that. I would not agree with that. It's hard for me to go there again, because like I said, I know people that are mentally ill. I don't think that one of my good friends is choosing to be bipolar. Do you know what I mean? I mean, she's like adamant. She's like, nope, you choose it. You choose it. You choose it. So being empathic is a level of consciousness that somewhere you are choosing. How do we leave trauma we grew up in and not be in trauma while making new choices? Oh, she's great. She goes, trauma is an interesting thing. She goes, let's talk about trauma. Trauma is, in your opinion, something that was inflicted upon you and that you have adopted as your reality. So she's saying basically that's you engaging with a certain level of reality. Yet again, a certain level of consciousness. You have allowed someone else's level of consciousness, someone who drew you into trauma, who inflicted trauma upon you, you have allowed it to overtake your life. Again, I have issue with it. I really do. I have issue with it. But that's her take on it, is that her whole deal is like change your consciousness, change your reality, step out of it. She's making it sound like it's very, very simple. I don't know that that's the case. As someone who has PTSD, it's a little bit interesting for me to kind of get this information. Yeah, okay, yes, extreme brands. The negative consciousness will have a negative feedback loop, and the positive consciousness has a positive feedback loop. Yes, absolutely. So how do you step out of trauma? She's just giving me it's a level of consciousness. It's a choice you're making to stay in that. Okay, so she's giving me more. Okay, so she is saying you can make a conscious choice to heal from that if you require a process. If you require a process, she goes, some people may not require a process. If you require a process to step out of that consciousness, then engage in that process. Are we supposed to be driven to accomplish something? Again, she's like, it's your choice. She is very much, everything you're doing is your choice. What you choose is your choice. Can we change our brain chemistry? Now that's a damn good question. Aha. Okay. Yeah, because, yeah, okay. She's saying yes. She is saying with enough effort and concentration. Again, I don't agree with this. I'm just going to say it. With enough effort and concentration, you can begin to alter the chemicals that are running your body, quote unquote. Again, I don't super agree with it. I'm kind of like, that seems like a lot. I mean, I'm sure it's not impossible, but it feels to me like it's probably super difficult. But she's saying yes. And she's like laughing. She's like, it's not that hard. You're making it all hard. Everybody's making it too hard. You're thinking about it too much. I'm going to back off from that. Please understand that it's not me saying this. This is her. This is her thing. Right. You never chose to be abused. She's saying, no, you never chose to be abused. But going forward, you were choosing to stay in the consciousness of the trauma. So okay, let me try to break this down. From what I get is that when we are in trauma, we didn't choose that. That was inflicted upon us. Okay, yes, I'm there. Makes sense. She did say that. I think once you are out of the traumatic situation, from what I'm getting here, we are then making a conscious choice to either stay in the traumatic situation or heal from it. Now, she is saying we can instantaneously heal from it. Again, okay, whatever, lady. But she's also saying if you require a process, then go through the process. But she's saying it's absolutely possible. It's absolutely possible to heal, to leave it behind, to come out of that energy, to step out of that energy, to step out of that level of consciousness and go to another level. I'm sorry, it's coming through really quickly. I'm trying to get it all out because she's like going. I know the other side always thinks it's super simple. Well, the wisdom is if you want to solve a problem, you have to go to a level above the problem, right? You can't just stay in the problem. Little Sparrow Tarot says, that's super interesting advice. I've let things go in an instant and I'm healed and it's crazy. I agree. Right. I will say this. I think there are ways, I'm learning this, there are ways to, I want to use the phrase leapfrog. Thank you, Dolores Cannon. I'm going to let you go. Thank you. Did I tell you guys this yet? I don't remember. I recently had Olympia. I think I might have mentioned it very briefly. I'm very excited because I'm having this woman on my show. And she's going to be going up on, thanks Extreme. She's going to be going up on thirdeyechampagne.com under the modalities. She's going to go up under recommended people. I know. Thanks, Dolores. I know. Like I said, I don't agree with a lot of what she said. I really don't. I super don't. So I'm leaving that to her. But anyway, I will say this. I had Olympia. It was the most profound experience I've ever had as a healer, as being healed, I should say, with a healer. It was Freudian slip. It literally did in an hour and a half what probably years of therapy would have done. And I'm not saying that works that way for everybody, but I will say I think there are shortcuts, and I think a lot of times we are unaware of it. And I think this goes back to the lost knowledge. Another one. Did you guys hear that one? Jesus. Jesus. Huh, hello. We have, I think we've forgotten a lot of stuff. I think we don't know there are a lot of things, there are a lot of things that are available to us. And that is, I think, part of it. It was, so this woman, her name is Melusina Gomez, and it's Olympia, Limpia. She is a first generation Mexican-American, and she actually trained in Mexico. She's a bruja. I mean, that's legit. I can't wait for you guys to meet her. She's going to be on the show. I'm obsessed. She's amazing. The woman has 3 master's degrees. And I found her, I went to a play, and I saw this beautiful play. It was a gorgeous play. And she had flyers. She was the director and the writer, and she was in it too. She had flyers. There were flyers there. And I just grabbed one, took it home, and then I looked at it, and it was like, she does all this curandissimo. She's like amazing. And I just, called her up one day and said, you know what? I'm tired of carrying this shit around. Let's do Olympia. And I ended up, this is wild, but I ended up driving to Mill Valley, which is in California, kind of in the middle of nowhere. I'm going up a 1-lane unpaved road. There are literally people riding horses, like down these crazy paths. Like I was like, I'm going up here to get killed. And I will say this. It was one of the most intense experiences I've ever had. And I've done a lot of, I try everything out. I try it all out because I'm curious, and I try it all out. So if it's good, I can tell you guys about it. This lady is good. If you live in the Bay Area and you're like, I need to get rid of some trauma, oh my God. It has to be in person. She doesn't work remotely, and nor would it work remotely. I mean, this was just too good. It was too good. It was too much. But it was a shortcut. It was a fucking shortcut. Like I said, it would have taken me years upon years of talk therapy to get through this. Obviously, I'm not going to spill tea on my personal trauma, but it was just like I had a whole cathartic, and it's ancient. What she does is ancient. You know, it's like Aztec shit. Like she's this lady doesn't fuck around. I literally can't wait for you guys to meet her on the show. Yes, Melly. Oh God, you'll love her. You will love her. But yeah, I think Dolores is right in the sense that there are shortcuts that we have forgotten or we don't know about or we weren't told about or what have you, or that we're told is it's bullshit. You tell somebody, we're going to do this ceremony and I'm going to take the egg, right? This is the ceremony where they take the egg and they run the egg all over your body. And yeah, there are a lot of people that do it that are fakes. This lady was not a fake. She did the egg. She runs the egg all over your body. She does a whole lot of other stuff. And she was basically beating the shit out of me with a bundle of herbs. And, there was a whole thing. I mean, it was a whole thing. It took an hour and a half. There was a lot of screaming and crying and chanting. And I walked away from that and I was like, I am cured. And I swear to God, you guys, I have felt not just better, but normal, if there is such a term. I'm telling you. So yeah, I think Dolores has a point. I think there can be, shortcuts that we weren't told about anymore. I was gonna do EMDR. I might still do it just to kind of clear the decks, but yeah, the egg works. Yeah, I had to hike into the forest. This was some wild shit, y'all. She lives in the forest. I went to the house. I thought I was gonna get killed and eaten. I really did. I had to hike to the forest, and with the egg and the herbs, I had to gather up all the herbs, and I hiked in there. I had to bury them. It was crazy. But it worked. I'm telling you, it worked. She even said, she goes, you're gonna go home, and you're gonna feel weird. You're gonna feel weird for a couple of days, and then you're gonna feel okay. And I'm telling you. So yeah, I do believe that. I think there are shortcuts. I think there are. EMDR, it's somebody in the chat explained. I'm too wasted. Is there anything else before I go? Speaking of being too wasted, I do have to eat dinner. Any questions, comments, what have you? This is super fun, you guys. This is weird. It kind of went on a weird track, but I'm here for it. I am here for it. It kind of went, I thought it was going to be a little bit more wild, but it ended up being super esoteric. Oh, the candles. Little Sparrow. Can we talk about the candles? So get this shit. Okay. So I got me a money candle from Art of the Root. I'm not paid by them. I am not paid by, I wish they would sponsor me. I wish they would. But I got a candle from them, and I always keep all my candles in the bathtub. So on the Sagittarius eclipse, new moon eclipse, I lit the candle. Happens to be my money house, Sagittarius. So I light the candle because I will say this, transitioning from Patreon to the website, I've lost a lot of money. I was expecting it, but it was still kind of like a blow. It was like, oh shit. We're still working with one income here in this household. So, it's kind of scary when you're the sole provider. I've never, but I light the candle. Okay, so check this shit out. I light the candle, I meditate in front of it, and I let it burn for about 3 hours. I got, and I owe the IRS. This is irritating. So I get this bill from I'm like, as if it's not enough that I'm like making way less money and trying to take care of everybody. I am also, Paul still has long COVID. I am also getting bills from the goddamn IRS. So I get a bill and they're like, we looked at your 2017 tax return and you owe us $1,000. And I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? I already paid them so much money. So I'm like, where am I going to come up with $1,000? Okay, so I decide I'm just going to pay them in increments because I can't do any better. So I write a $200 check. You're going to love this. I write the fucking IRS a $200 check. Literally the very next day, I get a check from the IRS for $200 because they looked at my 2020 tax return and realized they owed me money. Okay, that's not all. You're going to love this. I have my first sponsor. Cheers, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Auntie has a sponsor. It's somebody that I'm comfortable sponsoring. It is a tarot card company. I really love their cards. They are beautiful. It's one ad spot. It is one ad spot. It's not a huge thing. They're not going to sponsor me forever. But they hit me up out of nowhere and said, would you advertise for us? Would you give us an ad spot? And so here's the deal. This is wild to me, right? The money candle is burning. So they're like, yeah, and we'll, they do the thing. We're like, we'll give you a coupon code. And if people buy the tarot deck, then you'll get, percentage. So I look at their website, the tarot deck's on sale for $24, and I'm doing the math, and I'm like, okay, so for me to make a decent amount of money, it's like 200 people are going to have to buy this tarot deck using the Third Eye Champagne coupon code. It's never going to happen. So I write them back. I don't know where I get the balls to do this. I write them back and I say, I will do it for the coupon code plus $300. And I'm thinking like, they're going to tell me to fuck off. They wrote me back and said, okay, no problem. We'll put the money in your account today. What? So Heller, that went off to the IRS. And then I started getting tips. Y'all have been tipping me out of nowhere. Viewers have been tipping me. Not even people I've been reading for, but viewers have been sending me beautiful tips, lovely tips. It's that damn money candle. I'm telling you, I believe in that fucking shit. So I'm waiting to get the tarot deck. It's a really pretty deck. They have a really pretty company. It's DeBry. So weird. They just hit me up out of nowhere. So it's going to go in 2 different videos. It's going to go up across my social media. And it's their brand new tarot deck, which is very, very, again, very, very pretty. So I have no problem repping them. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm telling you, those fucking candles work. And that is the stuff I use on the $5 Friday. I get the raw oils, and that's what I put on the $5 Friday candle as well. Which, again, massive, wonderful feedback on the $5 Friday stuff still. Which is weird, because y'all, I did those new moon intentions or full moon intentions for patrons. Basically, it was wrapped up into the Patreon fee. And I never got any feedback whether shit came true or not. Never. And then when we did the fundraiser and I was like charging $5 Fridays, all of a sudden I start getting all this feedback like it came true. I'm still getting the feedback. It's crazy. It's crazy to me. Any questions, comments, what have you? I'm going to go have din. Do we have anything from Mr. Watson? No. But it looks like we are live streaming tomorrow with Casey. So yeah, the Art of the Root oils. I'm telling you, their shit fucking works. And I have messed with other companies, not going to name names, but I've messed with other companies that claim the same thing. We make shit happen. We make candles and it doesn't work. And for whatever reason, Art of the Root works. Oh, so dinner is roasted chicken thighs and bacon fat because I ain't fucking around. It looks like probably around 7:30, but knowing Casey, it'll probably be around 8. This is the plan. I'm going to trance out and Casey's going to ask me questions. Okay, that's the plan for the live stream. So I'm really going to trance out. Like I'm going to get fucked up. Like not fucked up like this, but like I'm going to get into a space and he's going to start asking questions. So this is tomorrow via YouTube. The link, I think we're going to be live to the world. I'll see what he wants to do, but the link will go out for emails for patrons and everybody on the collective. So, fucking Casey. I haven't seen him in so long because of the pandemic. I've missed him. Yeah, that was wild. I really feel like I'm not alone in this house right now. I have to tell you that. I'm a little freaked out. I am alone in the house. I got the house to myself all night. And I'm pretty sure I'm not alone in the house. Okay, so you want to see the Christmas tree. I will turn you. I don't know how much you can see because it's like dark in here, but we'll see if you can see it. Oh yeah, there she is. There's my tree. That's it. And you can see do you see the portrait of Santos back there? Jessica actually did that portrait. Yeah, lots of presents under the tree because so many children. So everybody just keeps having babies. That's all kids. That is all kids. Those are my godchildren. Those are my nieces and nephews. Those are all kids. Yes. Thank you for hanging, you guys. Thank you for being with me. I'm going to do my best to work with the developer to make sure that the live stream stuff works. So again, one more time for the cheap seats in the back. When we live stream from the collective, it should work this way. You go on the homepage, you're logged in, there's a pop-up that comes up and says we are live, you click the link and it takes you to YouTube. Apparently it is not working. So we are going to make sure that is fixed. I am also at the very tail end of getting the credit card stuff set up for the collective. Again, if you are watching this from Patreon, you are safe over the collective. It is very safe. I don't collect any of your information. Authorize.net collects it and PayPal collects it. So any of your payment stuff, it's safe, it's secure. And P.S. Authorize.net, I am underwritten by Deutsche Bank. Okay? You missed that whole thing in the beginning where Deutsche Bank fucking called me and they were like, we're handling all your stuff. So I will never read on them again because they'll probably yank my shit. But I am underwritten by Deutsche Bank. So your money is safe. Your financial information is very, very safe. I don't collect that. I don't keep that. It literally doesn't even go through my site. It is better for me if you go through the collective, although I understand it is still buggy. So I understand if there are people that are like, I don't want to do it because it's still buggy. I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. But that is the best way for me personally for you guys to engage with me because Patreon takes a pretty hefty chunk. And I know we're still working out bugs, and I very much appreciate you guys being so patient. I am, again, it's out of my hands. I do my best to kind of yell at people and like try to get shit done, but I'm beholden to others to get this site very, the way it needs to be. So I hopefully will see you tomorrow. I don't know what's going to happen. Casey and I are going to get wild. I hope he brings some weed because, wait, we can't smoke weed on YouTube, can we? That's okay. We'll smoke beforehand. And then I'm going to get zoned out. Or maybe he'll smoke and I'll watch. We'll see. But I'm going to get zoned out and he's just going to start asking questions. So come with questions for the chat. And you've never seen me like this before. I'm going to trance out. I'm going to fully trance out and we'll see what happens. We'll see where it goes. This is the last couple of live streams before 2022. So... oh my God, what is happening out there? Jesus. Okay, I'm going. You were just thinking no weed. Yeah, I might not smoke. I'm like, if I'm going to trance out, the weed is either going to help or hinder. Depends on what he's got. But, yeah, you've never seen me like this before. It's full on just tranced out. And we'll see how it goes. It's something that I can't really do like this because I need someone to kind of feed me questions and can't do that. So, all right. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I'm going. Thank you so much for being here. This is tomorrow. I don't have a time. I'm leaning towards it. Casey is a flaky Gemini. So I'm leaning towards late, probably 7:30, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. We'll see how it goes. We shall see. He's such a flake. I'm kind of like thinking, is he even going to show up? But, I miss that guy. I haven't seen him in a long time. Thank you so much for being here. You guys, I'm just going to get a little mushy because I'm drunk and I can do shit like that. You guys are literally my saviors. You have pulled me through so much. You have pulled me through so much and you don't even know it. You are amazing people. Your energy is so positive and so beautiful. And it lifts me up. And you lift me up in some of my darkest moments. That's real. That's real shit. I know you don't know that. I know you think I'm just some talking head. Some talking head who gets drunk on camera, but honestly, that's the God's honest truth. I wouldn't be able to take care of the people I take care of without you. I wouldn't be able to take care of myself without you. And not just financially, but just your support and your love and your presence and your positivity literally sometimes when I have a bad day, you guys are what gets me through it. That's true. That's real. All right, my loves. And on that note, this bitch knows when to leave the building.